Yeah, I don't know what the cold open would be for this week. I don't really have anything I want to talk about specifically.
I mean, you could just use this.
Yeah, I think that's
I mean, the rambling about nothing is pretty accurate.
Welcome to the Overtly Disagreeable podcast, where two assholes talk about nothing. We are your hosts. My name is Ken, and this is Shane.
What's up?
Shane decided that for this awesome episode 10 episode that he's just gonna get high as fuck.
Yep.
Oh, we made it to fucking episode 10.
That's more than what most people can say.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I don't.
These coughs are gonna. I'm not even gonna bother editing coughs out.
Let me choke.
Do you need to get water?
That's probably good. No, lemonade's better.
Lemonade's better?
Not really, but
I feel like it's worse.
It is. I also forgot my headphones.
Oh, I forgot to put mine on too. I'm gonna at least. I mean, fuck it. Just go
right,
get yours.
Give me a second. Cough, cough, cough.
Yeah.
It's like I'm never gone.
There we go.
But yeah, I figure since we're like celebrating our lack of achievement.
Yeah, our lack of achievement.
And I normally like to be quite sober for this.
Yeah.
I was going to get drunk too, but I figured that's going to be too much. If I start like slurring my words and I'm baked out of my mind and making no sense.
Well, at least we'll get a recording of it just to see what you sound like.
I suppose. That'll be for another podcast if it's heavily what is it called? Oh, god damn it. I'm already fucking up. What's the word I'm looking for? When someone requests.
Oh, requests.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Thank you for that assist.
Okay, yeah, it was all me. I did all the work.
Yeah.
But fuck, episode 10. Screw every other podcast that didn't make it this far.
Weren't you talking about a couple girls who did a podcast that did like 2 episodes and quit?
Yeah, fuck. And I was actually looking for that article that I read.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't find it. But there was this article that I read like a little while ago when we made it to episode 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just about these 2 girls who did 2 episodes of a podcast that they didn't edit or anything. They paid someone to edit it, by the way. So they didn't do shit for it, right? Anyways, they just made it to episode like 2 and then they stopped because it wasn't like an overnight hit.
Yeah. I fully expected this to go nowhere for a long time.
Yeah.
I expect episode 100 to be our like not magnum opus, but the time that someone actually starts listening. That's not
I would like to I think if we're lucky, it's going to be after a year. So episode 50 or at 52
Jesus
or whatever.
Christ. Actually, that's a good point. Every week, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a lot more sense. Have you actually got anyone to start listening other than our mutual friend Mel? Like, did you tell anyone else and you've actually noticed that they listened to it?
No, I haven't really.
I only told like 3 other people, and one of them I definitely know doesn't listen to podcasts, so they probably wouldn't be listening anyways. Mm-hmm. But I did tell this couple, and they were like, we were out having beers, and they were like, "Oh, we like Jordan Peterson and stuff like that." So I was like, "Okay, you might actually, gravitate."
Those are not the people I want to listen to this podcast.
Yeah, but no,
I want the liberals to listen.
Yeah, but they're not going to because they're going to get salted out in 2 seconds.
That's what I want.
Which is funny because I was going to say, I told these people to listen to the podcast, and it was like when we were doing episode 2 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like the first 2 episodes, I'm fucking busting out nigger. N-word all liberally, and then I haven't done it for like 9 episodes. So like hopefully they got past the first 2 episodes where I'm fucking spouting off to like the other non-content.
I had to shout the word sand nigger a couple days ago.
To what? Or to who?
Again, I brought this up. I told you, but I go to the sandwich Nazi once a week now, right? Anyways, he's just like, "No, this person got really mad at me, so I want you to read his Facebook message to me out loud to everyone in the sandwich shop."
You're gonna say your catchphrase without actually being from you?
Yeah, no. That's awesome. It was somebody else insulting him, right? So I can't remember the rest of it, but like the last part of the insult was, "You fucking sand nigger." And I just shouted in the sandwich shop.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially towards that guy who's super nice other than being strict about the rules. It's like... That's like one of the worst people you could say to. It's like it's a word. It's almost like the next level past calling Ben Shapiro a Nazi. It's Ben Shapiro's a Nazi, and then calling the sandwich Nazi a sand nigger.
Sand nigger, yeah.
He's everything but an asshole.
He's like the nicest guy ever, man,
and genuine about it too. Like not putting it on for an ulterior motive. He's literally just doing it because that's his like prerogative and how he likes to operate in the world.
Pretty much. But yeah, so I go there. So I mean, it's only been 3 times now, but it seems like I'm going there once a week on Fridays. Because it's just fucking such good. It's a good fucking sandwich.
Yeah, actually, I just saw a Facebook news article or whatever that he had reopened in Surrey,
and it was maybe that's new. That
and it was well, I mean, I saw it recently, but you've been talking about it for at least 2 weeks to me.
Yeah.
But the picture was someone holding up the sandwich cut in half, stacked on top of each other, and it was like
it's fucking huge.
Don't ever expect to get what you want. It's whatever he's making for the day and stuff like that. Like that article read exactly like a nice version that's more flattering than what you said, where he's like he doesn't give a shit. He just makes whatever he wants and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it.
At the end of the day, so it's like it's good that he's like getting good publicity and stuff like that.
He does accommodate you a little bit because when I went there on Friday, this Friday, he was opening a jar of pickles that he was going to put on every sandwich. I'm like, oh, please just don't put any on mine. And he's just like, what? You don't want pickles? And I was like, please don't. He's like, you're being very finicky.
I'm asking you to not do something. It's easier than doing something, please.
And he didn't do it. He's just like, no pickles for you, but everyone else gets one free one. So he gave everyone like a free pickle just to eat like in the lineup, and then he put it on their sandwiches too.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's good. I like that.
Yeah,
that's community right there.
Yeah. He's always, anytime I go in now, he's just like, hey, it's you with the lips that I want to sit on.
See, you're a regular. It's good.
No, it's great. Yeah. So, how was your week, man? Were you excited for episode 10 at all? And then you can get
no, I don't really care.
Yeah, no,
it's just a number to me. Age is but a number, Ken.
Yeah, that's what pedophiles say.
Yeah, exactly. But not me. I'm not a pedophile. No, I mean whatever. I'm glad that we're doing it because I've done like 2 other podcasts before. Mm-hmm. One was like it ended up being a one-off, but he ended up doing the podcast with someone else. Because to be perfectly honest, we got stoned and talked about Star Wars, but like I'd never done a podcast before.
Yeah.
So talking, and I'm not really like that friends with him. I'm just like, we both really like Star Wars. It'd be easy, right?
Yeah.
And we read the same book as like the topic of it, but we ended up talking about nothing about the book and just going off on a tangent, right?
Yes.
And that's partially my fault, partially the weed, partially him, whatever. Because a good host navigates the topic of conversation.
That's
but
right,
also I was terrible on the podcast and he decided to go with someone else. I wasn't that butthurt. I was a little bit like 10% butthurt.
Was his podcast still going on?
I don't know, but last I checked he had done it for a while. Like we're gonna have to do it for a year to even catch up to him if he was doing it. But he was doing a bunch of Star Wars stuff, so I can appreciate that.
All right, well that's our target then.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll look up the specific number so you can get your revenge for me, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the PlayStation video game podcast.
That one I remember.
Which was pretty good. We did about 10 episodes, but somewhere in the middle, like we stopped talking about video games, and like we were talking about like what was it? Kickstarters, like the potato.
Well, yeah,
salad Kickstarter, but
that's
just for example,
like in that same wheelhouse, you know.
It's a bit of a stretch for me.
You think
it's
so?
Like I want to talk about Dead Cells. I want to talk about Hollow Knight, like what I do briefly with you, or at least a little bit. You know what I mean? Like. Again, it's a Star Wars podcast. It's like we're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like if that was the navigation of the thing, regardless if it's Donald Trump talking about how video games cause violence, which cause shootings, which is a topic of discussion that's currently going on or whatever, that still would be too far off because it's like a stretch. Video games get kickstarted.
It sounds like you just want to talk about like video games that you have played or are currently playing.
No, I don't mind discussing video games I haven't played or ones that I've seen are coming out. Like I can tell you I really want to play Borderlands, but I haven't played that. Sorry, Borderlands 3. And I'm super hyped for it to come out next month.
That's going to be a good fucking
right?
game.
Like I can talk about that. I haven't played it, but it's just, I don't know. I was not very well versed on the topic of Kickstarter. Let's put it that way.
Oh, really?
No,
not
really.
Much to be versed about.
Yeah, but like specific Kickstarters.
Oh, fair
and stuff
enough.
Like that. Like the closest I could say was relevant to the conversation or to the general topic of the podcast was the Shenmue.
Oh, okay.
Because he was in the Shenmue, so it made sense that it would be brought up as a Kickstarter.
So how did that podcast do? The video games one?
It was pretty good for a while, but then I guess we just lost steam because he never called me back to do the podcast, and he hasn't been doing it by himself, as far as I know. I mean, maybe he's been doing it and just been totally running it under the radar, and nobody said anything about it. But I feel like that's too much effort for my friend. He's pretty honest, so I feel like if he was going to be like, "Nah, it didn't work out, man," he would just tell me.
He would just tell you.
Yeah, exactly. So
how do you feel about this one in comparison to the other two?
well, we're talking about nothing, so it's really easy.
Yeah, no, it's whatever
just talk
we want.
about exactly. Like that makes it a lot easier having a more wide berth of topics.
Yeah.
Like as opposed to just being pigeonholed. I mean, personally, I'd like it to be, like I've said it before, a more video game centered podcast. But unfortunately, you're a basic bitch and like to not play video games, and you want to be a fucking real adult.
Apparently anymore. Yeah, I don't know. My dad would be so proud of me if he knew.
Well, I'm going to change that. I'm going to try to get you to play other video games. Because I got you to buy Dead Cells, so I'm going to find something else.
That was a good buy.
Yeah, it's too bad that it ran its course pretty quick. Well, 4 months.
Yeah.
That's pretty good,
Longer
actually,
than most other games that I play, at least.
That's true, actually. For you, it's actually a pretty good marathon. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It makes it pretty easy. At least being able to talk about relevant things.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I don't know.
I just want to make it into like a shit posting podcast.
Well, hey, I think we made it. I think we're shit posting.
Yeah.
At least a little bit. We might get better at shit posting.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at it.
No, I think honestly you're probably better at shit posting than me. Because I'm more sarcastic in my remarks, but shit posting requires just like, I feel like a little more dedication and effort. And I'm more like, turn my head, quip, and then walk the fuck away and move on with my life. Okay. Whereas shit posting's like, no, I want everyone to feel bad.
Well, like your kind of shit posting works if you're in front of the person.
I guess.
But on a podcast, just turning your back doesn't quite work so well.
Targeting nobody.
Yeah. Fuck you, audience. Just walk away.
Talking about meandering, I guess I was supposed to talk about my week, but work's not slow anymore.
That's good.
It's busy as fuck. I'm doing like one order by itself is like over 5,000 pieces front and back. So
yes, and you said you got what, like 2,000 something? Like, are you past the halfway mark, or are you approaching the halfway?
No. Halfway would be I do 25. All of the backs or all the front prints,
right. Okay.
Right. So I have to do the same amount of shirts twice. So
I forgot about that.
I think when I looked at the board that totals the amount of prints, it was looking to be like 14 something.
Jesus
so it's like
Christ.
Almost 6,000-7,000 if I'm not mistaken. But it's a simple print, so it doesn't require a lot of effort. It's just time consuming. So I did those like 2,000 almost 2,300 over the course of like one solid day and maybe a little more than a half.
Okay.
So not bad. But I've got shirts stacked like towers all across my shop. And I still have to, like, now this week coming up is going to be busy with other jobs. So now I have to like play Tetris with this 5,000 job, which isn't due till the beginning of September. So I've got a little bit of time.
It's only 2 weeks or so.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 more weeks. I got it. It's not that bad. Considering that I've already done 2,000 in a day and a half.
Yeah.
And I've got at least 10 more days. And I can work weekends if I absolutely need to, which is just more money in my pocket. But this is like my zone where everything's super hectic for absolutely no reason. But for some reason, I have like the autism. Like, you know that show Numbers?
No, I don't know Numbers.
It's kind of like a NCIS, CIS.
I never paid attention to any of that shit.
Okay, well, basically, it's a guy who's like a really good mathematician who like does consulting for the cops.
Of course.
And then like there's you've probably seen the meme image where it's all the like geometry.
Oh,
and,
with
like,
the woman?
No, it's a dude, and then it's like he's standing in the middle of the screen, or somebody's standing in the middle of the screen, but all this geometry is kind of like half phased in, but it looks like it's just like coming from his thoughts, and it's all just different math and shit like that, and like.
I know a meme like that, but the only one I know of is with the blonde woman. I think she's blonde. Maybe
the meme has specifically the woman, but anyways, this picture, it's like the intro to the show. Okay. But I have like a numbers moment when it comes to like moving things around in schedule and like trying to imagine how long a specific job is going to take.
Whatever, man. That's good.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I like
this. Thing, yeah.
This is like me actually being engaged at work, because the last couple of weeks it's been like I've been going home 5 hours.
Oh,
like,
fuck.
For like 5-hour days. So it's hasn't been great for money. But yeah, so that's looking forward is going to be hectic, but this week was nice.
So at least like another week or week and a half of
sure.
Hectic work. Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of, again, the same old of work and video games. Fuck. Maybe less weed after this if I smoke myself out of the podcast.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, how'd you get weed? Because I thought you said you ran out. Or no,
I'm thrifty. I just don't smoke a lot. So before the place closed down at the end of July,
you bought like double your usual amount.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I remember. So
I'm just been sitting on it. But if I showed you how much I have left, it's like half of a big nug.
Oh, okay. So you still got a little while to go then.
Yeah, maybe the weekend.
Yeah.
If I go hard on video games or something. speaking of which, one positive thing that I've actually been getting started, and I actually did after saying for like a year or plus that I was thinking of doing it, was going to the gym.
Okay, so you went and did that?
Well, no, I haven't done it yet. Technically,
okay.
I haven't done it yet, but I have an appointment at 10:30 tomorrow to go down to this place, and it's like a group workout routine thing.
God, that just sounds awful to me.
Yeah, but I don't have the motivation to go do something by myself.
Fair enough. Right? Yeah, I mean,
like,
that was what we figured out last time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we discussed it, but it's the same thing. Like, to use a different version of that is like movies. I go to very few movies by myself. I like going to movies with somebody else.
I don't even remember the last time I went to a movie by myself. Yeah, I mean, I don't see movies. I don't think anybody does, for the most part.
No, a lot of people do. And I saw some bullshit like Vice or BuzzFeed or whatever article saying like, you're an asshole if you don't go to movies alone. Basically, if you don't have the balls to go to movies alone. I didn't read the article because it's one of those clickbaity, like, it's trying to get me salty to click on it. So as soon as I see that shit, I'm like, the minute that I have the salt meter turned on, like a little bit, I just ignore the article and move on.
Yeah, fair enough. That's the best way to do it.
I don't even want to know what the article's about anymore. Like, your shitty headline has turned me off from reading the article. Like, if it was just a reasonable title, I would be more likely to hear what you have to say, even if it was inflammatory.
But because it's clickbait, you're just like, all right, fuck it.
I'm not giving into clickbait. Fuck you. When I see clickbait and I feel a clickbait meter rising, I don't click.
Your clickbait
even if it's like one of those OCD things where it's like, I have to know, I refuse.
Yeah.
Almost 99% of the time. There's very few times I break on that.
Clickbait is like the best thing ever, man.
Nah, it's rough. Because everyone has to play the clickbait game, but nobody has respect. Real respect. Honest respect for the clickbait game. Like, I watch Funhouse and Inside Gaming, and they do clickbait, and they're shameless about it, but that's about as close as you can get, is being shameless about it and making it a
that's
joke.
The best way to do it. But then also have decent content. Like, that's the other side of it.
Exactly. But the whole point of clickbait is that it's, in my mind, clickbait is like a lowest common denominator thing. It's your content's not good enough to watch by itself, so you need to tantalize people ahead of time to get them bought in to watch it, regardless if the content's actually good or not, which is why I cringe and like those make out tutorials and stuff like that, like those, or pranks and stuff like that at work, is because you're like, you see the stupid title or a stupid...
It's the thumbnail for like the...
thumbnail or the title catches you and you're like, you have a question. Then you get into the thing and the guy's like this uncharismatic, like, fake ass host.
Yes.
Right? Or usually a child or teenager.
Yeah,
right?
Sometimes.
And then you still have the question, so you're like, okay, I'm bought in for a couple minutes, right? And then you get to the actual like setup for the prank, but it doesn't actually happen because they need to keep baiting you to watch the 10-minute video so they get full money on YouTube for their ad revenue.
And the prank is what? Just
at the end, it's like, it's just asking a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he does.
You're specifically talking about the kissing prank.
This is the best example.
Quote unquote prank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where he's just paying people to make out with him on
That's
camera.
That's basically it. Yeah.
A thing out of it, but it's like, I feel like clickbait is a result of trying to get people to watch content, and then the content doesn't need to be good anymore.
I don't know. I feel like we've always used clickbait, even back to the olden days with like newspapers and shit, but they just didn't realize it.
But that's classy newsbait. It's a free pass, Ken. It's eloquent. It uses words. It's dignified.
Well, they also didn't have much competition.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what it was.
But I mean, I imagine they're still, still a little bit clickbaity. Just I'm sure the headlines were always supposed to be like, like I'm
trying to think of
slightly inaccurate just to be fun.
Let me look, see, because there's gotta be something. Okay, I'm gonna say one thing though. I'm gonna omit Times of War because that's cheating, because it's always propaganda and inflammatory during Times of War. But like old news,
I really like excuse me, sorry, not like, I really hate clickbaity list articles. Excuse me.
Like what?
Like
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like an example.
These top 10 tricks to get your dick bigger.
Oh, okay.
Eat these top 10 foods if you want to get your dick sucked.
10 natural foods that gain you an inch.
Yeah.
Bananas twice a day in the morning. Eat them whole, because then all the banana volume goes straight to your dick, but only by a millimeter. So you need to build it up over time. Like
oh my god.
Okay.
Paid for by the banana lobbyists. Go ahead.
I guess you're right. Because technically, it's like here, all drowned but 868.
I almost spat out when you read that, man.
That's the biggest title on the page. Like, it's bold and it's biggest. I'm ignoring the one about Hitler because that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Lindy baby found slain in woods near home. Semicolon. Kidnap envoys grilled.
I don't know if that counts as clickbait. That's just like what has happened in this article.
It's a little better. God! ! Not again.
Okay, that's clickbait, right? Yeah, that's clickbait.
Okay. Oswald slain.
I don't even know.
The guy who shot JFK.
Oh, right.
I'll read the subline. So it's Oswald slain! ! Which is huge. Okay. It's like 4 times bigger than what I'm about to read. Accused JFK killer hit in jail.
Okay.
So again, there's a little bit supplementary to it that gives it the not clickbait context, but I'd say that's like a 50-50.
Okay.
It's like clickbait, what the article's actually about, and then the article will be written underneath it. So
it's a clickbait. Yeah, I think the way you described it is right.
But you're right. There is a lot of them that are just basically like technically what happened. Like man walks on the moon.
Yeah, that's
a pretty accurate detailing of what happened.
Man walked on the
to get someone to read the book. But I will say that I scrolled down a little bit more. I want you to guess what this is. Not guilty.
Mike Tyson? Not Mike Tyson.
You're close. You're going the right place.
Oh, what's his name?
I'll give you a hint.
OJ.
There you go. It's
OJ Simpson.
Now, I'm not even joking. If you go back to see this, it's the Chronicle newspaper from when it was, and type in "not guilty" if you're listening to this. The text "not guilty" is so big, it's literally a fourth, if not more, of the newspaper.
Jesus Christ. That's the text is like half of the page almost.
Literally the words "not guilty" stacked on top of each other are just as big but not as wide as the picture of OJ smiling. Like, it's like "not guilty" in OJ's face is 80% of the front page of the newspaper. Like,
there's a tiny bit of text.
Yeah, not even the Chronicle has top billing on their own newspaper.
Fuck.
It's okay. Fair enough, Ken. Clickbait has always existed, but I will say it was more eloquent, more sophisticated, and had less competition, so it was far less aggressive.
I just think obvious. Of it as like part of humanity. It's That's ingrained
fine.
in us, you know.
I'm willing to cede my point on that,
All
but
right.
I would say modern day clickbait is fucking gross, and I don't appreciate it.
But I do. I appreciate clickbait.
See, I would prefer, again, like the comedy aspect of it. If it's funny, if it's clever clickbait, then I can get into it. But if it's just basic bitch fucking clickbait, then I'm tapped.
Well, it could be. What about like from this? Like if it's one on YouTube, if it's just one person who does their own stuff, so that if they're clever with the clickbait, then chances are the rest of everything else they're going to do in the video is clever. But if it's like a team of stuff, then. Or a team of people, then they could possibly be a ton
because the
of bullshit.
Content varies on who's making the actual specific episode or video. Yeah, okay. I agree because I don't actually watch a lot of groups on YouTube, like Logan Paul's group, where it's not just him doing videos. I watch like ensemble things where every video is everybody or mostly the same organization and gets approval from people to be consistent. So I always use Funhouse because I really think they're top tier.
They're okay.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you.
Except for Adam Kovic.
Well, whatever.
He's a little bit better than the rest.
He is Funhouse. So he creates a standard. There you go. Too bad.
Yeah.
But like I can appreciate their not clickbaity always, but somewhat clickbaity headlines. Like they do it a lot for Inside Gaming because it's a news thing.
Yes.
So again, going back to the news where he gets a free pass for that.
I think it's easiest with news.
Yes, because because the whole point of the article or whatever content you're making is to expound upon that.
Yes.
The specific.
And every situation is almost like it's not every situation is totally unique, but it's fairly unique.
There are details always.
Yeah, well, it's just a lot more to work from, right? Whereas if let's say all you ever have to do is talk about Nintendo games, like how many clickbait titles can you do about Mario, right? Like it at the end of the day, you have a lot less to work with.
I'm trying to think. Mario. No, it's one fact you never knew about Mario. He's a divorcee. Because he was banging fucking Daisy at one point, and he's a wholesome character, so he has to be married to her.
To be married to her,
and that's why he's not married to Princess Peach.
Was he banging Daisy?
Yeah, that was the original game. Was you were saving Donkey
Daisy?
Kong, saving Daisy from Donkey Kong.
Cranky Kong.
Oh, technically Cranky Kong, but yeah. I think the Donkey Kong moniker goes to the next Donkey Kong.
Oh, really?
I think
Is that how that works?
Because Donkey Kong, the younger one, is called Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I thought that was just his name. I thought
no, because the first game's called Donkey Kong. Like, it's not even called Mario.
Oh shit,
it's
you're
called
right.
Donkey Kong.
But it's Cranky Kong there, but it's not the same Donkey Kong.
Yeah, exactly.
I see what you're saying.
Because the TV show and the N64 ones has an older.
Yeah, it has
Kong.
yeah.
That's Cranky Kong. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it just personifies to the. It's like Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Batman Beyond isn't called Batman Beyond. He's still just Batman.
He's just Batman. Yeah.
It just becomes the next Batman because it doesn't matter who's behind the mask.
Yes, that's right. Fucking Terry McGinnis.
Yeah.
Fucking just walks in there. Oh, hey, you should become Batman. Bruce Wayne has never done that.
I mean, he kind of did it with Robin. He's like, "Oh, your parents died."
Nobody took Robin in
and
was just like, like for the first little while, he didn't even tell him he was Batman. And then when Robin finds out, Batman's just
he's just
stay away.
I guess he's just a suck. You're probably right, actually, on that one.
I just wanted to point that out. This is something that kind of bothers me.
How about Batman's got dementia? But he's only got like 10% dementia. So it's like at that moment, he was like, fuck it, fine, be Batman.
Yeah,
right? But then everything else, he's totally normal. Like when he's actually in Batman mode, he's like, he's good. Yeah,
that's got to be it. It makes sense. He's fucking old as fuck, and he's probably got lots of brain damage and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I'm trying to find the example, but I can't remember. But it's like, you know how certain people, like, they'll have like head injuries or something like that, and they'll forget something else. But if you put them at like a job that they used to do, it's like a mechanical. It's somewhere deep inside. They just know how to do it.
Yeah, I don't know the term for that.
Well, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever that is, it's that.
It's That's what happened to old Batman. Is he can only be like not senile when he's doing Batman stuff. But the minute that he's like has to go eat porridge, he's done. He's like, poop my pants.
Can't go to the bathroom to take a shit.
No, but as soon as he steps in the Batcave, he's doing push-ups. He's drinking fucking shakes. He's hacking into people's emails and shit.
There we go. That's Batman. I like how we went from one topic to another there. Yeah. I forgot what we were talking about before. Oh, clickbait titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So I don't
know.
Yeah.
So back to the original question of how was your week?
It was pretty good.
Mention
I played games.
Yeah.
I got played Apex ranked with some guys.
Okay.
And I play an amazing support.
Okay.
In that game where I just fill in and not be garbage. And I let other people hard carry me, so I got hard carried, and we played some ranked, and we got a bunch of losses, as you do, because you usually get more losses than wins, but we got back-to-back wins.
Oh, shit, really?
We got a win, and then they're like, okay, boys, let's close it out. One more win. And I was like...
So you came into first place twice?
Yeah, in a row?
Jesus, ranked. Fuck.
It was pretty good. And we didn't, like, bitch out and just hide the whole time. Like, we actually had to, like, put effort in, and it was, like, last man standing, and he had to, like, pull off some shit. It was pretty cool.
I was just going to say, because you just remind me, in Apex, I mean, I don't play it anymore, but when I did play it, I fucking hated landing in the circle, because then it always felt like all I was doing was hiding. Whereas if you land elsewhere from the circle, you have to be moving towards it.
Yes, but then the problem we were having with that team was we'd keep, like, not purposely hugging the circle, but, you know, again, taking the widest girth to get the most amount of loot possible and, like, engage the least amount of people at once, because the last thing you want to do in that game is fight any more than one team, because you're already dealing with 3 people. All you need is 3 more people to roll up and take advantage of you shooting at someone else.
You want to fight as few people as possible.
Yeah, at a time.
Yes. Well,
right. Well,
I feel like in general too.
Yeah, but that's a bitch move. These guys are more aggressive, so they're like looking for fights. So basically what was happening was we were going to the edge of an area. Or I like to hide in, like, swamps. You remember swamps?
Fuck, I don't.
It's on, like, the right side of the map, and it's all, like, swampy, and, like, the houses are on stilts
and
shit.
Okay, yeah.
So I like hiding there. So let's say that we go there, and that's usually on the edge of the map, so usually the circle's off in the distance.
Yes.
So we get a bunch of loot, we get good, maybe kill a team, maybe not. Start running, the circle's closing in, and we're like, oh shit, a team. So then they go bloodthirsty and fucking go try to kill the team, and I'm like, guys, the fucking circle. But then I'm also like, let's get some kills and some loot.
Yeah, you can always just get in circle at any time.
Swear to God, you know how many turbochargers I got off of dead bodies? Didn't pick up a single one. But man, other people were great at finding me turbochargers.
What character were you?
It doesn't matter. The guns, it's the energy weapons. The turbocharger, they rev up a lot faster.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, they go do.
Yeah.
As opposed to brrr.
Yeah, you want the highest level turbocharger.
Exactly. You just want to pop motherfuckers real quick.
What's the high? Is gold the highest turbocharger, or is it purple?
There's no purple turbocharger. It's just the item turbocharger is a gold item.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it is a gold rarity, so it's even more rare than a purple.
Does it have passive?
No.
Like the other gold items?
No, the passive is that it applies your weapon to have the turbocharger.
I see. Okay.
Think of it like, you know how you get the head slot?
Yes.
And it's a gold thing that gives you an ability.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the turbocharger makes your gun charge up faster, which makes it broke.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the gold effect into your gun.
That's just the main effect. Well, I guess that's what it is.
It is technically, but
because like the shield one, you get what is it? 5 shields
no,
and the res.
Yeah.
Well, you get
you get more.
Do you get one more than the purple, or is it the same amount?
Sorry, I was thinking the knockback shield.
No.
The body armor gives you execution, which completely refills.
Probably
your
the shield.
Alt. No, yeah, it completely refills your alt.
The alt, okay.
When you execute somebody.
Yeah.
Which is difficult because by the time you get gold armor, you're usually later in the game. So pulling that off, I don't see very often.
It's also a lot riskier.
The head gives you the use items faster.
Yes, that's right.
Which is awesome. I think it's the best one of the bunch.
And then
the knockback.
And the knockback lets you revive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool because you sneaky do it, like you hide in the bush, and then you're like, and you get back on your feet, and they're like, "What the fuck? I knocked that guy down."
I've been told usually, I don't know if this has changed, but I've been told that if you do play Apex and you get knocked down, don't actually like activate your knockdown shield.
Not right away. Yeah. Only if they come in to actually attack you and target you.
Otherwise, it makes you super visible.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. There was one part where one of our teammates, we landed on artillery, and he got knocked down, and then I got knocked down right after. And there's a part in artillery where it's kind of like built into a wall, and there's a bunch of pipes going into like the blackness of like the edge of the map, and then there's like a little bit of rubble where the pipes are, like garbage and shit. And the dude that was knocked down on my team, because I was like dead, he like crawled up into the trash and then hid behind the pipes, and then the guy that killed him just like moved on.
Oh,
got shot by our other teammate, and then he came and picked him up and then res me, and it was great. But it's funny, like you're totally right. The shield being down, way better of a strategy than just being defensive the whole time.
Yeah, unless you absolutely need it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Haven't played much Hollow Knight. Really got back into Dead Cells since the custom stuff has come out. So I've been going hard on that. Like anytime I'm not playing Smite and I need like a fill-in, Dead Cells.
Dead Cells.
Yeah.
It's a nice, easy play for. Well, I mean, Dead Cells could last anywhere from like 10 minutes to an hour.
Couple depending on
what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Like if you want to beat a boss, then it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I've been trying to get blueprints. You saw that. Yeah. It's a pain in the ass. And like I've been like, oh, I'll just hang out with the boys on PSN while they play other games and stuff like that. And then, man, no, I can't do it. No? I can't do it anymore. I did it for a couple nights, but I'm not going to do it anymore because I need full attention. The minute that anyone says anything, my brain wanders for a second. That's when I get like shot from 3 different ways after having like a perfect run.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
One little mistake. That's all it takes in that game.
No mistakes.
Yeah.
I was almost thinking of playing with the curse sword, where it's basically the cursed chest, but with the sword. The whole benefit of it is that it does massive damage.
And doesn't it crit 100% of the time?
No, it just does. That? I don't actually remember. I don't think so. Okay. I think it just does massive damage right off the rip. Like level 1 does like 2,000 damage.
Yeah, okay.
Which kills most things in 1 or 2 hits.
I've seen people do boss runs with that sword.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's bold as fuck, so I can't pull it off because I always get like at least a minuscule amount of damage. Also, I'm thinking that like spikes, poison, like I get hit by dumb shit sometimes being sloppy. Like when it's not an enemy, I get way like 10 times sloppier.
Jesus.
Unless I'm fully dedicated. Unless I get into one of those rooms that's like a trial room where it's a bunch of the same things.
I hate those rooms.
I can do those because my brain's focused on like all the swinging timing and stuff like that, right?
Your autism activates.
Exactly. But the minute you throw one freaking wizard in there shooting fucking lasers through walls, I'm like, I just break and I just get hit by like ball, laser.
Yeah, I suppose it's a little bit more unpredictable.
Far more.
Yeah, you often can't even see them shooting. You have to just wait for the thing to enter your screen.
Yeah. Or like hear it coming from off screen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like it's brutal. And it's so simple too. It's like one enemy.
Yep.
Just one. And it's a predictable enemy that if you fought it one-on-one.
You're easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten to the point now where those guys get so annoying, like them and the ones that throw bombs.
Yes.
I killed them first because I've come to realize that it's not the guys that I'm fighting on the same plane that are difficult. It's them throwing bombs at me, having to dodge that stuff that makes me get hit by the guys that I'm fighting on the same plane.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Because like you at best can get maybe 1 or 2 hits in, and then you have to move away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm just going to go for the wizards from now on. Clear all the wizards in a small area. Then I go after all the freaking horizontals.
Yeah.
10 times better again. Like I'm picking this all back up again. It's been a long time since I played Dead Cells.
I should get back into that when I get a chance.
I mean, yeah, you still have it. Technically, it's free.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to keep talking, but I did ask out my coworker.
I didn't even know that's something you were going to do, but okay.
I've been humming and hawing over for like almost 2 years.
And what did she say? Or he?
Of course, I waited way too long, and she's kind of seeing someone. So.
Oh, of course.
Like,
I don't get it. That doesn't sound like a no to me.
No, not really. Which is nice, I guess, but whatever.
I mean, whatever. You don't know if the person she's seeing is bad for. Like her current boyfriend might be beating her. I've always say this whenever a girl says that she has a boyfriend. You don't know the situation. You could be saving her by asking her out.
There's a 50% chance that he's an abusive asshole.
Yeah.
And if he's not the other 50% that he's good, it's not just that he's good. Just now that there's 50% chance he's a pedophile.
That's
right.
And
then if he's not at 50%, like if he dodges a pedophile one, maybe he's a Trump supporter. 50% chance.
Yeah. You can't have her dating a Trump supporter.
And he might not be a Trump supporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he might be a white supremacist.
That's right.
There's 50% chance.
There's a 50% chance
these are all independent. They can't all be happening at the same time.
I mean, actually, they kind of could. There could be.
I know. But the dice only gets rolled once at a time.
Abusive, pedophile, Trump-supporting white supremacists. Those are all things that could happen at once.
No. Remember, as you say, the black science man taught me that that's not how math works. Every flip of the coin is indendent.
That's true. Every flip of the coin is
always
independent.
A 50%
That's the gambler's fallacy.
Yeah.
Or the gambler's fallacy is the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I haven't played any games this week at all.
In general. Okay. I mean, if you want to talk about getting your lips around... Why, he wants your lips on his asshole?
That's right, yeah.
If you want to talk about that, you can talk about that.
I've been looking into the Epstein thing a little bit because I find it fascinating.
Are you conspiracy theorists?
What's the conspiracy theory? Is the conspiracy theory that he was murdered, or is that the prevailing theory? Because that seems to be the one that everyone thinks.
I know. But, if you have that kind of conspiracy theory that's basic level, then what's the deeper conspiracy theory?
That he committed suicide. That's the deeper one.
He's like, I don't want to face these crimes, and he kills himself?
Yeah. Okay. Even though he was in jail already for it.
All right. So, what have you looked into?
I haven't looked into too much detail. I'm sure everything I know, you know. But I just find it interesting. Where it's just like the way he committed suicide, like the way it affected his the bones in his neck.
Yeah, I saw that recently.
Yeah. It's not... It is possible it can happen that way, but it's not very likely.
Yeah. I mean, the spine is a very strong bone. What's up, bud? What's up?
Look at that kitty cat.
Yeah, that seems fairly unlikely. Also, like, I was watching Joe Rogan's podcast, as I do. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about how his cellmate was this, like, super jack dude that probably could have broke Epstein's neck just with, like his bicep.
I didn't even know that part. Yeah.
Like fucking, like, you're going to have some seafood with a little crab cracker, whatever the fuck thing it's called.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, where you crack the
shell.
Crab. Yeah, the shell.
Yeah, do that with his fucking bicep.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
But I haven't actually seen the photo of it, but I'm just taking it off of his word. But that sounded pretty funny.
And everything seems to have just been like, just
convenient.
Yeah, that's right. Like cameras just didn't record.
Yeah. They're supposed to check on him every 30 minutes. They didn't.
Everyone's weren't there.
Everyone's kind of slightly incompetent, but still getting paid.
That's right. Yeah. It's just, it's all too much, you know?
Yeah. It seems very unlikely.
Like, my only question is why did they put him, knowing fully well this was, like, somebody was going to try to take him out? Why did they put him in a government facility?
Because then you can get to him.
Because
the government's in on it.
But not everyone wanted him to be there.
Everybody's in on it.
Like he could have been at your place here. You would have done a better job protecting him than him being in the jail cell.
Don't go outside and stay in the bedroom. Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
That's right. Like I feel like, we could have done a better job,
No, we.
Yeah.
Other people.
I mean, it still could have been us.
It's a conspiracy, Ken.
It's a conspiracy.
Everybody's in on it.
Yeah, everybody's in on it. I like how liberals are doing memes of Trump conspiring to kill him, but conservatives are doing memes of Hillary conspiring to kill him because fucking he had dirt on everyone, right? So anybody could have orchestrated this. Yeah. Maybe a bunch of people did orchestrate assassins to kill him, but this one was the one who did it first,
These are all the obvious ones.
Yeah.
It's like all the people that didn't like Hillary specifically for the thing of like they just think that it's Bill Clinton trying to weasel his way back into the White House and stuff like that. It's like, this lines up perfectly with that. It's like, I was right. You see? I was fucking right. She did it. She killed Epstein. She's doing Bill's work.
Fuck. I mean, that's... I mean, but I don't know. The whole Epstein thing is just a little too suspicious for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to believe in conspiracy theories. I say that jokingly, but I don't know how many conspiracy theories I do believe in.
I'm trying to think. They've sort of debunked that aliens don't exist, but like the governments came out saying that. But unofficially, officially, you know, kind of scenario.
Yeah, I mean, they still could.
Yeah, they still could. I'm trying to think.
If
9/11 was an inside job, Ken?
I don't think it was.
No, you think you think Osama had it in his heart that he actually hated America that much?
I think it was Osama hated America that much.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of people hate America.
What about it? Okay, here's a recent one. Maduro in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not actually a dictator. He's just he's kind of like Gaddafi, where the U.S. set him up as being in power, but now they don't like him, so now they're trying to usurp him.
Well, fuck.
With this officially elected dude.
Because the U.S. does have a history of doing shit like that.
Yeah, it's totally plausible, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, fuck. I don't know anything about the situation, but that's 100% possible. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another one.
The universe doesn't exist. Have you heard that one?
Yeah. So in one part or another, they're like, it's everyone's like, how do I put this? Because it's gonna sound stupid if I say it's stupid.
I don't think there's a way to make this sound
basically
smart.
Our collective consciousness holds reality together. So because that's why we're all kind of
basically
viewing the same reality, is because we all have to kind of agree on what reality is, but we don't do it in a like non-binding way. We do it like in an unspoken way, like almost psychically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
That's the best explanation I can.
That's
put
kind
into
of
words.
that's kind of what I know it as. Yeah, I think that's better than the flat Earth theory.
Yeah. Are you a flat earther?
I wish.
I'm just running through. I'm just trying to find one that we're.
You know what? I posted a while ago on a website. I should have brought it here for the podcast. It would have been great. I was just doing it for fun. But I didn't post this. I posted a question to everyone, or not a question, a task, right? A fun task. Excuse me. And I think I've asked you this before, but make the Earth being round sound like a flat Earth conspiracy, basically like the Earth is round, like you put in a nugget of truth, but make the rest of it being bullshit. Your argument is like for the Earth being round.
Like The Onion.
What do you mean?
The Onion, the newspaper article, like the newsprint, where they take something that's like semi the truth, but they change one detail of it, and then they make an entire.
That's pretty much it. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But for
for flat Earth thing.
But for the Earth being round.
Sphere thing.
Yeah. Basically you could do it for anything that's actually real.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the man walked on the moon. Now make that sound like put in a nugget of truth there, but surround it with bullshit. You know. But some people did it and it was funny, but I didn't.
Well, no, actually they've done that. That's like the moon landing conspiracy is basically that. It's like NASA built a rocket and shot into space. But nobody actually landed on the moon. They were just on a fucking movie set, and what's his name? The director Kubrick. He's the one who directed the whole thing, and he's hidden little information about the Apollo 11 flight to the moon in like The Shining and shit like that.
Well, see, no, that one doesn't work because that's against the people walking on. Walking on the moon. It has to be the truth.
For the truth. Okay.
Yeah, it has to be for the truth.
My brain, it has to click. Let's see if I can do this quickly enough.
Well, try it for round Earth. That one's probably easier, I would imagine. Or whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
The Earth is round, but you have to start with bullshit. Or so you start with truth, and then the rest has to be bullshit.
Technically, we do live on a round Earth, but it is a two-dimensional image that is flat. I can prove this simply because if you close one eye and then you open your other eye. And then you hold your finger. If you do it with the other eye, the shape moves. Why would the shape move? Perhaps the reason why the Earth is spherical to us in nature is because we are viewing it from a two-eye lens. Perhaps if we had multiple eyes or a single one eye, we would notice that there is no dimensions and depth to the actual Earth. It is but a flat plane of existence.
No, you fucked up again.
No, because it's not spherical. It's flat.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Circle. Damn it.
The Earth has to be round. The final conclusion is the Earth is round.
Oh shit, you're totally right. I am fucking it up. See, that's the drugs. That's me being stupid and the drugs. That's double.
It's actually a hard task, man.
Is.
Like I said,
come up on the spot for sure, but I will try something. I'm gonna put some thoughts to it. I'm gonna write that in my notes. Hold on. But go ahead, talk. You started talking.
I don't remember what the people on the board said, but some of it was actually pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, if anybody's listening to this and you want to try it, remember, you have to try to prove the Earth is round, and but make it sound like a conspiracy theory. And by that I mean put in a hint of truth, but surrounded by bullshit. Okay, just so that you can make the Earth being round just sound like a weird ass conspiracy theory. That's just the kind of game that I like having online. Because I feel like it's kind of a funny task.
My brain is like, because the way that conspiracies normally work is you have to like make up bullshit about the truth, so it's so much harder making up truth about bullshit.
Yeah,
you know
or making bullshit about the way you phrase it, I think is right. Yeah,
that's fucking weird. It's like it's hurting my brain a little bit.
But you know what? Like when I do ever post, I've done it a couple times. Whenever I do post it online, people do make that same mistake where they end up they start trying to prove the Earth is round, when they do it, the Earth is flat.
By disproving that the Earth is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just like forget halfway through what the original task was.
It's totally true.
Yeah.
It's totally true. Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's a trick. I think it's just because the idea of the conspiracy is always bullshit. So it's like, I'm just gonna make some stuff up, right? But then you have to actually have some facts about why the Earth is round.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
right.
Jesus, yeah.
But you only need like I said, only a little bit has to be true. The rest of it has to be things that sound true but are actually bullshit.
Okay.
But your final conclusion has to be the Earth is round.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hard task, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit on that one because if I keep thinking about it now, it's gonna distract the shit out of me.
So
I wrote it down.
It's probably the worst thing I could have brought up on the episode where you decide to get stoned.
You're taking me to space, talking about alternate realities and getting me to explain it, and I'm gonna fucking go to the moon, dude.
Should we talk about interdimensional child molesters?
Oh, I haven't heard that one in a little bit. I love that joke. I don't know what's been going on with Alex Jones. I feel like he's totally gone under the radar.
Yeah, he just does
his show and stays quiet.
The last I remember about him is he showed up from a little while ago when Crowder was doing Changing My Mind segment. So
he was like on the street?
Yeah, he was just sorry. He was there. I don't know if he had heard it beforehand or if he had just happened to show up, but
or it was like in his town or whatever.
Yeah, something like that, right? So I think it was not the most recent Change My Mind. I think it was the one before it. But,
okay, I'll have to go check that out because I don't usually watch them. I did watch, I think, the most recent one.
Yeah,
with Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. That guy was fucking obnoxious as hell.
Yeah, he was. It's that like holier than thou mentality where it's like he's the victim of the situation, even though he's the agitator in the situation. And if he just did his own thing away from everybody, it would have been totally fine, and the people wanted to listen to him would listen to him, and the people that wanted to listen to Crowder would listen to Crowder.
And that's basically
or not listen, even disagree with Crowder. It's the whole kind of point of
the whole point is he opens himself up to
people who could disagree with him, but mostly he just garners fans who want to listen, and then it kind of changes the atmosphere a little bit because now you have all this cheering crowd. Almost.
Yeah, I do hate it when the crowd cheers because I mean, from a trolley aspect, it's funny, but from a fact-finding aspect, it's like
because the initial thing that he's going for is discussions, and he's going to the people. He's making himself available. It's not like, come to my studio, I'm flying out to Texas. It's like, I'm in this place. If we're in the same place, come at me, bruh.
And but to Crowder's credit, he does do a pretty good job of calming the crowds down. Usually.
Yes, he usually doesn't play up the crowd unless the guy, like the end of that one video where the dude was being a dick.
Yeah,
but usually he's pretty civil, and if people start like booing or anything, he's like, no, come on,
hey guys, stop it. Yeah.
Exactly. My major disagreement with Crowder is that it's not a comedy show; it's a news show that's comedic. There's much more news and conservative news content than there is jokes.
Yeah, but I think it's like along those same lines as like The Daily Show. Like, it's not as good as The Daily Show, but I think it's along the same.
But the point of The Daily Show was that it was a comedic show, right? But then they did it in such a good way, and normal news became so boring and irrelevant, even back then, that his news was more compelling and actually told you something by being engaging and comedic. That's the thing. It wasn't always like that. Like before him, it wasn't like that.
You don't really learn anything from watching Crowder's show.
Well, you do a little bit. You get a perspective and information. That's why I used to watch Crowder, was because I wanted the conservative perspective. It's not because I agreed with him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I agreed with him on some things, right? Like, and I can do that. But
like fucking Nazis.
I know exactly. But I mean, I just can't get over the fact that he always wears that white hood on every single episode.
Does he? Yeah. I don't ever watch him.
No, he doesn't. I'm making a joke.
Okay,
that went over my head. He has a gun on his table as a sponsor, and that's about it.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever actually done it. I don't think he's that stupid to ever actually make that joke. Like, he does a lot of like pretty like on the edge jokes that is totally fine in my book, but I don't think he's that stupid to put on a fucking white ghost hood and be like, "Ooh, I'm a spooky ghost." You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's
sounds like a skit he would do.
He would do a skit, but he wouldn't do it as like an entire show every single day. That would just be fucking like dumb.
There was,
go on.
I was gonna say, because a slight change, although it has to do with Crowder, because what's his name? Carlos Maza got his shirt taken off his store. Something is for figs. Socialism is for figs. And then apparently somebody else, I don't think this person, or maybe it was.
They're not associated with Crowder, but
yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Where they made a shirt that Carlos Maza is a fig.
Yeah, exactly. And then that got taken down as well.
Yeah, which I think is hilarious.
It's hilarious, but whatever. It was bound to happen, especially if the other one didn't pass with other people.
Well, like if Carlos Maza is gonna be a fucking whiny little bitch baby, then he deserves that kind of shit.
I think it was Tim Pool, because I started watching a little bit of his stuff here and there again, and I think he made a video saying that he's leaving Vox.
Yeah, he's either purposely leaving or he's being let go.
Yeah, or let go. Yeah. In a nice way, so he doesn't look bad.
He's being too much of a little bitch, and they're just like, "Oh, you're causing too much trouble for us."
Yeah,
man.
Tim Pool's like, "Dude, it's a month. Let it go. Everyone else has moved on. Crowder's not even talking about you anymore."
And even when Crowder did talk about him, it wasn't that fucking bad. Like, the insults were so fucking like.
He literally repeated what he said about himself.
Yeah, there we go. They're such like minuscule insults. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. They're not even. I guess they're technically insults. Yeah.
How does someone like grow up being that fucking sensitive
about
every little thing?
It's just the fact that you can virtue signal easy like that for any type of injustice.
That's
or anything.
True.
It's like, are you? Let me put it this way, Ken. Are you part of a social group that has the majority of power?
Me?
And by the way, power is a very shifting perspective and doesn't actually mean social value or power.
Wait, so are you asking me this
It's a hypothetical.
Question?
You don't have to be serious if you don't want to, but...
Well, I don't know what the answer to that is.
Well, you're a man.
Yes.
You're a pale skin, so no one actually knows.
Okay, that's where I was going to go.
You're not part of the Muslim faith.
Like, technically the answer is no. The answer is yes?
So you could be run up to in the middle of the street and get kicked in the nuts and be called a fag. But if you were to do that, even one step of that, to anyone who was a minority group, whether they were black and they weren't gay and called them a fag, or you kicked them in the nuts and assaulted them, you'd be called something like a racist or transphobe or whatever it is, but that's only because the crime was against that type of person, but it wasn't actually that crime.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I kind of get what you're saying. Where so like you would, if I were to do that to someone, what I'm doing has nothing to do with like any of those qualifiers. So like
basically, Crowder can't even say the word gay anymore because it might be taken by one gay person negatively, and thus that means that all gay people are like attacked. Thus, Steven Crowder is a homophobe.
Yeah, that fucking homophobe.
Oh, I had an idea. Okay, so it was a really dumb idea, but I think it would make a funny joke at least to say on the podcast. It was like I was trying to think about the word homophobia and how people personify people. It's like homophobia is a fear of gay people, right? Like an irrational fear.
That's the very technical definition.
Everyone personifies homophobes as like being physically violent and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
So I was thinking about it as like, what if homophobia is like a horror movie, right?
Okay.
Like
all right, I like where this is going already.
Gay people are coming. And they're like Jason, right?
Yeah.
And then all the quote unquote normal people who are the innocent people, right?
Yeah.
They go through the thing, and the Jason gay person is just going around killing people, right? And at first you're like, I'm homophobic, I'm scared, right? I'm scared, I'm running away from Jason, right? But then like halfway through the movie, you're like, you know what? Fuck Jason. Fuck him. He's a fucking piece of shit. He killed all my friends. He's going down. Fuck him. And then you go out with your pitchfork. You put on a white hood so Jason doesn't see you.
Oh my God.
You start stabbing Jason.
That's hilarious.
It's not bad.
Wouldn't it work better as more of a zombie movie? I feel
I just like
the homophobic.
I just like the. I mean, I guess I like the idea that it's like a horde in your perspective, but I like the idea that it's like it's an antagonist that's like coming after you to make you like.
Like that's what I think because it's making you gay, right?
Okay, but I guess my counter argument to your zombie thing would be that in most zombie movies or films, no one really has an anger hatred to the zombies. It's more like a scared survival of self.
I suppose I get what you're saying.
Like an annoying obstacle. It's like if there's claymores everywhere you go and you always have to be careful and you can never run where you're going. It's kind of like that thing, right?
Yes.
Whereas like Jason's always coming after you. In a boat, he's swimming at the bottom of the lake. In a plane, guess what? He just popped out of the fucking cabin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's everywhere. He doesn't die.
Teleport.
You push him off a fucking cliff. Guess what? 20 minutes later, he's fucking at the 7-Eleven getting a hot dog. Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that sounds like Jason.
But that was my first thought. But I like the zombie man thing, too, because it's just like, oh, no, now there's so many gay people. They're coming after me. They're taking over.
You could just do it for, like, every kind of, like, just make
every movie.
Yeah, just make it a sequel every time, right? So first it's the gay Jason, and then next is, like, gay zombies, and gay Dracula.
No. Just it has to be a new group every single
time.
Yeah,
no, but that's what I mean.
So
like,
it's like
new
trans zombies.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Friday the 13th, but it's a gay dude.
Okay.
What else? Fuck. I've already run dry in this moment, but I thought that was. Someone was talking about that, and it just like a thought clued into my head, and I thought that made a funny joke.
Yeah, no, that sounds like that's a skit we could do at some point, provided somebody doesn't steal it. While listening to the episode, but hey, if somebody steals it, make it funny. Yeah. I just want to be
make it better than what I said.
Yeah,
I did say I wanted to do stand up ever since I've been listening to so much fucking comedians shit.
That's horrible.
That joke actually worked better than any other thing I've told so far. So maybe I'll start writing shit down.
I like comedy and I hate stand up.
I was gonna say that's the same thing, but technically you can have comedic movies. So yeah,
and
fair
comedic
enough.
Anything else? I don't know. Stand up just doesn't do it for me.
You like stand-up. You've watched it. You've laughed. I think it's the same way that you think about stand-up is me watching shows people tell me to watch. It's just like, yeah, I'll get to it. But the minute that someone puts like a good one in front of me, like that's been curated by a friend that knows my taste, like Evangelion, which I got you into, which is pretty awesome.
Although I'm apparently one of the few people that I was fine with the original ending. I thought it was dope.
I think that's because you were prefaced with the fact that there is an ending to it. Like, it also changes your perspective when you're told details about the show before going in. Like, I went pretty much dry. I knew that it was a mecha, and then it dealt with psychological shit. And Mel's like, that's all she told me. She's like, that's all you need to know. Just watch the show. And then by the second and third episode, I was hooked, and I wanted to watch the rest of it. So,
sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. I can't even remember where I was going because of the weed.
Yeah, fucking weed. The marijuanas.
But, I was saying, like, me getting into things or... Yeah, I've lost it.
You lost it? It's
gone?
Lost
it. I tapped. Is there anything... I don't know. Is there anything else about your week? You're pissed off that people are on vacation?
Oh, yeah. My coworker's on vacation, so...
I don't know if you're actually pissed off about it. I know you were annoyed you had to work later.
Yeah, no. It's fine. Like, it happens, right? But, I don't know. It's just more work for me to do. Although, for most of the week, like... Typically, like, I in my department, I have the most amount of work to do as it is. So, for the rest of the week, my coworker who's on vacation, her work got divided pretty much everyone else. Like, I more or less just kept doing what I was doing.
Oh, okay. Because you're probably already loaded up.
I'm already pretty loaded up as it is.
I think they just know that you can do a lot, so they already push you to max or near max.
But for today, because me and that person are the only people that work Saturdays.
Okay.
So I had to do. Okay. I had to do all of her work. So that part kind of sucked. Also, we've been noticing like a shit ton of fruit flies in the office. And it's been really fucking annoying. And they land on your skin, you get itchy, and if you bring food or whatever. So like today, there's still a shit ton of fruit flies, and the place has been cleaned out.
Yeah.
So I look at my coworker who's been on vacation. I look at her desk, and apparently she had this coffee cup that's there. It's still full of coffee. Yeah. So I just lifted it a little bit. And a bunch of flies came out. And then I was like, okay, I got to get rid of this. I took it outside. My first thought was to take it to the kitchen, but I'm just like, oh, that might be a bad idea. Yeah. So I took it outside. I dumped it outside. And as I dumped it outside, tons of fucking flies came out. Yeah. I almost dropped the cup, but I didn't.
That's gross.
Yeah.
You should have put a lid on top of the lid.
Oh, just
like,
wait for them to die.
No. Like, no. I guess that would be an option too. But I feel like they would be crafty enough to get through the seam or some bullshit. Oh, no, I just mean like as you're taking it outside, to like put something on top of it so they don't come through the little fucking coffee hole.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But whatever.
Well, I mean, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
It's like I'm okay with bugs. Like I don't know if I've ever told you this, but like outside of my place during the summer, there's always a bunch of spider webs.
Oh yeah. I think you told me that.
And now I just walk through them.
Oh, yeah.
Like I walk through a spider web. I'm like, oh, there's a spider web.
At least you're at home, so you can take a nice shower, rinse your face off.
I just don't even care, man. But I mean, it's more like when I walk out from like the morning time, I'm going to work. Okay. I walk into a spider web. There's a spider crawling on me. All right, flick it. But it's only there because like I've seen a spider crawl on me like when I was at Walmart a week ago, and I freaked out a little bit.
Why? It's the same thing.
I don't know, but like if I'm walking out of my house and I see a spider crawling on me, I'll just fucking flick it away. It's I don't know.
Ken, this is your racism coming through. This is a total freaking allegory. You're okay with the spiders that are close to home because you know them.
Might be it.
No,
yeah.
But the minute that you go out into the foreign world and you see a fucking spider wearing a hijab, and you're like, no, I don't trust that. I don't know where that spider came from.
Well, it's as I always say, there's not enough racism in the world.
Speciesism, I guess, in this case.
Yes. We need more speciesism, racism, sexism, any of that kind of stuff. I've been noticing we brought this up a while ago, but I've been noticing it more now where people are complaining that women are using men as like foodie dates again. I guess a new article has come up.
I think you brought that up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, guess I'm getting a call. I'm going to decline that call, and then I'm going to put my phone on silent.
One of us always fucks up.
Not always.
Okay.
Last week I think we did all right.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And people are just complaining about it again. Again, like I don't really care.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. Like the woman gets a free meal and you hold her hostage for like, 10 minutes before she bails. It's a win-win situation.
I mean, yeah, I guess she has to put up with you.
Yeah, right?
Well, not you, because you don't...
It's whoever she's using the foodie date for.
I don't...
What the fuck?
I don't go on
You
many
texted
dates.
me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
hey.
So Shane just got a fucking call, and then he texted me. I don't know what the question was.
I just opened up.
I guess it's what's going on, and then he was just like podcasting. Whatever, it's fine.
Well, that was the whole point of me getting stoned for this podcast. Hey, everyone, smoke weed every day. Just like Nate Dogg used to tell me.
Fuck, that should have been for the end of the episode.
Oh, I can still do that.
All right, well, if you don't think of anything, then you can have that.
Yeah, it's an easy gimme.
Let's see.
How you feeling? Do you have anything else about your week, or are you good?
No, I think I'm pretty good. Talked about me working more. Talked about my fruit flies. Me shouting "sand nigger" at the in the sandwich shop.
You got a freebie?
Got a freebie. Although I just said it 3 times in this episode.
Yes, but it's in relevance to what happened and the thing, and it would be dishonest for you to not say what the actual message was. No.
Doesn't matter.
So you can out all the racism and racists out there.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. Like it's like that one guy.
I don't want to gender them. Sorry.
It's like that one guy that was fired like a couple months ago from Netflix, or maybe a year ago now, because he said that you're not allowed to say the N-word.
The CEO, yeah, but in reference to what?
Yeah. And then they got mad at him because it's like to these people, to these like racist morons, context doesn't matter. Just so you guys know, if you think context doesn't matter, chances are what you're doing is racist.
Yeah, well, you're definitely opening yourself to an easy excuse for being racist without actually taking responsibility for
being racist.
Yeah.
I
did see one thing. Apparently there was some protests down in like Portland. I saw it on the
TV,
yeah. And I heard
something was going on.
The thing on the screen was like something extremist groups protesting and counter protesting. So at least the media is becoming a little like, I don't remember what channel it was because it was on at fucking McDonald's, so probably something not too edgy. But I kind of had a slight appreciation for that, where I'm like, at least they're being somewhat legitimate, because it's like,
finally,
somebody on the left has done some things that are bad enough to at least get recognized for being what they are. So
you mean I was gonna say when they beat up that gay person of color during Pride Month.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean that happened too, but I guess that helped
That's just so we're clear, it's Antifa who beat them up. Just in case anyone had any questions and thought I was talking about a white supremacist group, no. Antifa beat up a gay person of color during Pride Month who was just there as a reporter. Yeah. That wasn't even part of any sides.
I mean, he was geared, but...
He was geared because he knew they were going to try to beat him up.
Yeah. But he left the helmet at home because he was being respectable. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. That was the only thing that I saw today that I was like, it's not all bad on the media. Not 100%. Just 99.
Just 99.
Just 99. But you know what? Mm-hmm. The 1% give me hope. That was what Wall Street was about, right?
Yeah. I was just about to say. Fucking hell. Oh, yeah. Let's move on to the news segment. I just want to preface it.
Okay, go for it.
Because I forgot to do that last time.
Well, then do it.
So it's the game where I read out the title of 4 articles, and you and the audience get to decide which one is fake.
Except that you guys are listening to the podcast and don't actually... You can do it to yourself.
Do it.
You can play along, Ken. It's no mystery by the end of the podcast if they actually make it that far.
Sweet. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to do my thing in the middle. You just gave the title of your thing.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm not going to fart into the mic right after you saying the title of the show.
Yeah, fuck. So we do need to think of a different way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was just going to... So you can rummage around with papers. I was going to say my thing, and then you could do your...
I'm ready now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, go ahead.
Whatever.
This made nice filler, didn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Woman thought she had kidney stones, gave birth to triplets.
Okay.
All right. This man is completely regretting his mom tattoo after he and his mom stopped dating.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of my take when I first read that too. Yeah. Kidnapping of rapper Tekashi 69 staged to hype his next album.
Okay.
Yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow excited to find out Samuel L. Jackson was also in all those Marvel movies she did.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Here's the list.
I'll be honest. Okay, so I was going through it in my head. Mm-hmm. Which ones felt like they were real and not real, and I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. But...
Oh, you always do a good job of narrowing it down to the last 2.
Yeah.
Like almost every single time you get it down to the last 2.
Yeah, which is why I go through the whole thinking process so people know that I'm not just pulling this shit out of my ass. So right off the rip, the kidney stones and triplets, I totally believe, because shit like that happens all the time where it's like women don't even know they're fucking pregnant. They're just like, I don't know why I haven't had my period in 8 months. And for some reason, I don't want to actually go check to see if I'm pregnant or not.
I'm just getting really fat in a specific way.
No, I've seen even like skinny women that are like,
really?
It's rare.
I suppose.
It's rare. It happens. So, but again, same thing. This is a rare thing. So that's like, I think that's real. So I'm just going to read it out for people so you know what I'm talking about. The woman thought she had kidney stones, gave birth to triplets. I think is real.
Okay.
I was going to... Oh, the epic facepalm's not great. You could probably remove that for me. Number 2, I thought was the fake one. Until I got to the last one, to be honest. But I thought it was fake because it's just so absurd. But it's one of those things, again, that it's like, it's so absurd, but it's just on the edge of truth.
Could be like some fucking hillbilly or something.
Yeah, it's like, he probably totally, like, I could give you a story to this that would make this real, even if it wasn't. Like, he went out, he got a mom tattoo, and then he came home and his mom was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then it's like a porno, then they fucked. It's like fucking mailman. Yeah, exactly. Right? And then they start dating all secretly and gross, and then they stop because it's like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And then
and
then he has to get rid of the tattoo, right? So again,
I'm glad in your mind they eventually realized that it's fucked up.
Or they had a fight and decided to break up, like 2 reasonable adults.
That's where my mind went to.
Oh yeah, shit. Sometimes people drop shit in the apartment. So I think that one is real, but again, it's one of those edge of real, like so absurd in like a very specific part of the world. That's probably like when I hear where it's from, it's be like, oh yeah, okay, sure. Okay.
Actually, I did mean to take out the epic facepalm part, and I just totally forgot.
Yeah, I feel like it's unnecessary. I feel like it's misleading almost, because now I'm going back to thinking that it's fake. But Kidnapping of rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine, staged hype his next album. Okay, totally.
Yeah.
Dude, pranks on YouTube. This guy came from YouTube, basically.
Did he really? I've never even heard of him.
Not really, but like it's that kind of like new generation like platform artist.
Yeah, okay,
as opposed to like being published. What's the?
Well, at this point, he probably is published.
No, I mean, like, what's the word for singing or like musical publishing? Because publishing is usually
you probably know it better than I. I honestly don't know. But anyways, whatever.
Composer? I don't know. God damn it, I can't think of the word right now. But anyways, he's like one of those new age ones that's got famous off of YouTube or iTunes or whatever.
Yes.
So I feel like this is totally legit. It's like, let's do a PR move. It doesn't have to be real. It's just a prank, bruh.
Yeah. I would imagine he didn't even like tell any like PR team. He probably just got his friends just to be like, hey.
Oh yeah, no, but that's what I mean. In their head, they're like, oh, this is gonna be such fucking viral marketing shit.
Just also to be clear, I have not read through any of these articles because I've just been so busy this week. Fine. Yeah. So it's gonna be the.
But do you at least know which one's real, or do you just?
Oh, I know which one's real. Yeah. Sorry. Or fake, I should say.
Yeah, I guess that's a real. The Gwyneth Paltrow. Okay, I'm gonna read it out. Gwyneth Paltrow excited to find out that Samuel L. Jackson was also in all of those Marvel movies she did. Technically, he was in more of them.
Well, just
I know
she
the
did.
same.
Yes.
But I totally believe that's. Oh, wait a second. No, I do believe that's true. Okay, so originally when you were reading the list, I thought the dating one was fake, and then I got to the last one and I thought that one was fake because I'm like, no one's that stupid, and then I'm like, wait a second. It's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Has she done anything that's stupid?
I feel like I just in the back of my mind, I feel like I've heard something like this before, like something that's like it's so obvious,
and she just missed
it because it's just so absent-minded of it. So, oh fuck. Okay, so it's 2 or 4. It's mom fucking or Gwyneth Paltrow.
It doesn't say that they fucked.
I mean, they were dating. Stop dating means that they were dating for some time. And trust me, no one says I'm dating after 3 dates. And usually after 3 dates, you get some.
Okay, yes.
Oh, fuck. Now this is the dilemma. Which one's more ridiculous? Gwyneth Paltrow, woman who sells other women rocks to shove up their vagina? Or...
What, did she... Was that her?
That's Goop, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was her.
That's
okay.
Goop. Also, she, divorced him, but she used to be married to the lead singer of Coldplay, Chris Martin.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I fucking hate Coldplay, and Chris Martin should remarry Gwyneth Paltrow and then get divorced again.
You know, I used to like when I first listened to Coldplay, I thought they were pretty good, and then after like 2 months, I'm like, oh, everything just sounds like
short-lived.
Yeah,
it sounds like nothing.
Kind of, yeah, like nothing. Like when I really started to like listen to it, I was just like, oh, what's going on here?
It is not my kind of music, and I have a vast hate for Coldplay. This is not at all part of the topic. Yeah, exactly. Probably, honestly, I'll probably tell you it's probably more on my end because I really don't like Coldplay. Like I go out with people and Coldplay comes on, and I like physically get disgusted. I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here right now. I can't listen to this shit. Okay.
You can do this. I believe in you.
Which one is fake? I'm not going to fuck it up this week, even though I'm high. Which one is fake? The fake one. Which one's not real? Okay. I'm going to say that number 2, mom fucking, is not real. Because I believe that Gwyneth Paltrow would be that daft as to not realize that Samuel L. Jackson was in all the same movies as her. At least for some part.
Yeah. Okay.
Final answer.
Is that your final answer?
Mom fucking is fake.
Yes, you got it right.
That's 2.
Yeah.
That's 2 for me.
I think it's 3.
Is
it 3?
I thought it was only 2. Okay,
I forgot. I thought it's 3.
You're going to have to get a running tally of
it. Yeah, we will at some point. Oh, congratulations.
It almost, like I said, the edge of reality. Even if it was real, it would be the very edge.
It's totally possible.
It's totally possible.
Yeah.
But just fucked up enough that it's not. Like, the tattoos and getting it removed is just over the edge.
I spent about 45 minutes looking through fake articles.
Yeah.
Just to see if I could find one. Because, like, everything else I found was, like, super fake.
Okay.
Like, so the other time, the last time you got it before the...
I messed it up. I actually thought, in my head, it was backwards.
Well, sorry, I don't mean that one. I meant the one before. Or the one time you did get it with, where it was the movies. Where with the movie was taken out of theaters. What is it, Sean Hobbs? Forgot what it's called.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Thank you. I didn't try at all for that one. I literally got the first article I saw because I was so tired. Okay. This time I spent like 45 minutes on it trying to find a fake article, and you got it right.
Again, I think with these ones, I just need to slow down my thinking a little bit, because the more I take a step and another step, I get better and better. Because again, I was thinking that Gwyneth Paltrow one, I thought that was the fake one until I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, no, wait a second. I do believe that Gwyneth Paltrow wouldn't actually pay attention to that. Like, she just shows up on set, does her job, fucks off, probably doesn't even watch the goddamn movie, let alone stays till after the credits when Fury usually shows up.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't. Yeah. She just, she wouldn't have watched the movie. I don't think she's watched a single one.
Yeah.
Maybe just
the main part of the movie. Again, it's like for the fan servicey parts after the credits, she's probably talking with somebody in the theater after watching it, being like, yay, now I'm never going to watch this movie again unless her kids put it on or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad. This time I didn't do it backwards in my head and fuck it up.
Congratulations. And you're high this time too.
Yeah. Yeah, hey. Smoke weed every day.
Okay, let's start with that one. There are no shortages of major tattoo fails on the internet, but this one is making us do the largest facepalm of all time. This man is completely regretting his mom tattoo after he and his mom stopped dating. It's, that old story.
It's fake. It's not real. No, keep remembering.
There's no way to sugarcoat this. This is an epic fail. This guy must feel like a complete idiot right now. I'll just read this last part here. Whatever. I don't want to get too much into it.
Were they fucking, Ken?
I don't
Does
see
the article say they're fucking, even though it's fake and not actually real?
Oh, that's still important information.
It is. It's a still detail to the story.
Brandon Michaels had been dating his mom for just a little over 1 year when he decided to declare his love for her by getting the word mom tattooed inside of his heart. The word mom inside of a heart.
Yeah, like the generic one with like the little ribbon in the background and shit.
I just kept reading it in my mind like he's getting the tattoo inside of his heart.
When you started saying inside, I was like, you did not inside his thigh, right? Like nowhere like really gay.
But after a messy breakup in which his mom announced that she'd never sleep with him again. There we go. You got it.
Oh, yeah. See, I told you I can write this shit.
Brandon's mom tattoo has become just another embarrassing reminder of a bitter ex.
Oh, God. I'm trying to think. Like, you know how people get, like, tattoos corrected like that? Where it's like, I've seen one where it's like a dude gets his girlfriend's face tattooed on his back and then they break up and then they do it in, like, the Grim Reaper and shit like that.
Yeah.
I wonder how you would do mom. Like, how would you just alter it so you can keep most of the letters, but you alter it enough so that it doesn't say mom anymore?
You know what? His situation isn't actually that bad because he could just keep the word mom in there and just be like, I appreciated her as a mom.
Yeah, but he's getting rid of it, so he's trying to cover up his mistake, right?
Fair enough.
So he doesn't get reminded of it. So what do you think that he changes it to make it like not like being a completely new piece, but just being like, it's like, you know when people take like the word someone's name and then just adds a little bit to it?
Yeah, I think you could... Because you could turn the M from the second M in mom to two N's and just turn the word into money. You could do that.
Oh, it's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, okay.
That's the only thing I can think of. And then just, I love money.
What about like his favorite Digimon?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, right? That would totally work.
Scratch off the last part of the M and turn it like into an exclamation mark or something.
There we go. Okay.
Let's do the real ones. I would read out the title again.
Okay.
So people are knowing what article you're reading.
Just so everyone knows, I really do want to keep doing this, but I keep forgetting. So the fake one was from clickhole.com.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, this is from abcnews.go.com. Woman thought she had kidney stones, gave birth to triplets. So South Dakota woman who recently gave birth to triplets says she didn't find out about her pregnancy until she went to the hospital with what she thought were kidney stones. They must have been bothering her really fucking badly, and she was just like, whatever, kidney stones.
I mean, dude, I put off stuff all the time. You know how many times I've felt like there was a string from like my kidney all the way to my balls.
Jesus.
And every time I take a step when my balls swing, I can feel like as if my balls are on like a thin thread swinging around, tugging.
Oh, I don't even want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. My balls hurt just listening to this.
I know. And you know what I do?
What?
I take a 10-minute step, like break from walking, and I put my legs a little far apart, and I just go, all right.
You almost got to convince yourself that it's not there.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
It just Something weird.
For some,
testicular torsion is a real thing.
I don't even want to.
It's basically when like your balls get like swung together.
Ugh.
And I don't know if you know him, Achievement Hunter Gavin.
Okay.
He's had that and had to get like surgery. It's not actually that bad because he's totally fine and still has his balls, but you know what I mean. It's super painful.
Fuck.
But anyway, sorry. ABC News, kidney stones of babies.
For some reason, when you mentioned that my left ball hurt more than my right one, like I could feel it more. For some
guess
reason.
What?
What?
It was my right ball. So.
Oh shit!
So you're either like doing it because we're looking at each other, or you're taking the other half of my pain.
Taking the other half. So let's see. I don't really want to say her name because she's not a dumb bitch.
You don't want to dox her like you dox momfucker?
Yeah, I doxed momfucker. No, I doxed. Yeah, no, it is momfucker. Yeah. Because it's the boy whose name I gave, a fake name. So it says that she, despite having 2 other children, she did not know she was 34 weeks pregnant. She says that when she started having pains, she thought it was kidney stones, which she has had before. Doctors told her she was actually in labor with multiple babies. The triplets were born within 4 minutes.
Yeah, she was ready to go.
Fuck, normally women have to wait in the room for like fucking like 12 hours
or get sent home and then come back and
and then they give birth. This bitch didn't even know it. Went there 4 minutes, bam, babies.
Yeah.
And there we go. I'm gonna dox the babies.
All right.
Blaze, Gypsy, and Nikki.
Damn. I was gonna mention because it was relevant to the story and I brought it up before. The brief article that I saw, the description they gave it was that like she was like a fairly skinny chick who had a baby, and she's like, I was on the toilet and then I felt my cervix lurch forward and I just like put my hands down and the baby just like basically shot out of her. So it's like that's like ought to be like the most natural birth you could possibly have. Yep. It's just like I'm sitting with my legs spread on a like with the baby being pulled by gravity, and it just like it's like taking a poop. You know what I mean? Your butthole just opens and all the poop slides right the fuck out.
Jesus Christ! I hope the baby didn't fall in the toilet.
No, she said she caught it. Okay. Like that's the description that I read. Was like, and I caught her before she hit the water.
That's good.
So I'm like, if that's possible, then
this is possible.
Kidney stone triplets are possible too. Honestly, she should have named them after like kidney beans and shit like that. Like all things that are just like kidney names.
Yeah. Okay, that's
like, I thought that's what I thought you guys were. So it's like your beans, your I don't know.
Your kid, your knee, your beans.
Yeah, there you go.
So kidnapping of rapper Tekashi 69 staged to hype his next album. I hope he did a better job of faking his thing than Jussie Smollett. He hired white guys.
I guess not, because it was a hox.
Well, I don't know if he I didn't read it, so he might have revealed it to the world himself, right? Daniel Hernandez, aka Tekashi 69, aka 6 with a numerical 6 to start, 9 with a numerical 9 to start, and then it's INE.
Yeah. I know. I mean, for the audience, you're welcome, but I know. Yes.
Appears at his arraignment. Am I reading that wrong?
Where is it?
Sorry, it's the first thing. Appears at his...
I think they just fucked up. It looks like arrangement.
That's what I was thinking too, arrangement.
Because there is a word that's like that, but it's not that. It's not spelled like that with G's, but whatever, go on.
I'm going to say it as it's spelled. His arraignment.
Ariana Grande Regiment.
Appears at his Ariana Grande Regiment in Manhattan Criminal Court on Wednesday, July 11th. Oh, is this old? Oh, no, because this I guess that's when it first happened. July 11th,
yeah, because it was like before, yeah.
So he staged the kidnapping last year?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. This is the first.
Yeah, because he posted. I think it was him that posted this like video where he was at the airport and he was like calling out every one of his people, being like, "Everybody's turned on me. They're talking to the cops, shit like that." And then he just disappeared.
He didn't own up to it.
No, like he was getting accused of a bunch of illegal shit.
Okay.
And then I guess the illegal shit was also bullshit because then he got abducted or disputed. I think this is the same dude.
Okay.
And I remember this happening.
Oh, just so everyone knows, this is from jpost.com.
I was gonna ask you at the end when you read the gun.
He was just doing the kidnapping for the gram. That's the way they phrase it. I feel so old just even saying it like
that. Dude,
that.
I feel old every time I see all the freaking like acronyms that I don't understand.
Oh yeah.
Like every single time I feel like so old because I'm like looking at the letters being like, what does each letter mean? Like I finally got TBT.
I feel like I should know this. Yeah, I got
Throwback Thursday.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like that's how basic bitch level I am with internet.
Yeah. Well, apparently you're better than me.
On one thing.
Okay.
I can't even probably install a video card or order my own computer parts, Ken.
Fucking most millennials can't, man. Or even like what's after millennials? Generation Z? Generation X? Something like that.
Oh god, what are they?
But anyways, those kids are fucking worse with computers than we were.
Really? Because they use phones all the time and shit like that.
They do, but like it really seems like to me that our generation, so the computers were introduced to the generation before us.
Yeah.
But then our generation was the ones that had to like grow up with computers being like poorly built, software being programmed badly, so we had to always figure shit out. But this newer generation has everything streamlined super fucking hard for them, so they don't fucking know how to do anything with computers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they were taught like the basic level of what other people knew high level of.
Yeah.
Because it's just the operating thing. So basically they're me.
Yeah.
But with more vernacular.
Maybe, yes.
And you're right. It's Generation Z.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
It was Generation Y.
Somebody's going to make a zombie joke with that at some point. I mean,
maybe. Honestly, it probably, or if not a joke, it's a movie.
Okay. Let's see, what does it say? Attorney Devereaux Canick. That's a cool ass name.
Keep doxing people, Ken.
He's an attorney. He wants the advertisement.
Yeah, okay.
And I want the name Devereaux. That's a cool ass name.
I mean, you can just whatever.
Don't dead name me.
You can be Devereaux, and I'll be Vice. How about that?
Okay, Vice.
Devereaux and Vice.
There we go.
We're changing the podcast, guys.
OD presents Devereaux and Vice, or Vice and Devereaux.
We're taking you to the DV.
Said that the supposed kidnapping and the robbery at gunpoint was actually a production. A production. That's what his attorney says. Meant to promote the rapper's newly released single with Nicki Minaj, Fifi. So, yeah, okay. Everyone who thought that he was actually getting kidnapping, it was just a production. It wasn't meant to be real, okay?
I'll be honest, I forgot about him.
I've never even heard about him.
Over the course of a year, I forgot.
Okay. No kidnapping or robbery or assault happened. No robbery or kidnapping or assault happened. Didn't happen. That's the phrasing.
Let me see this.
That line right there.
No robbery or kidnapping or assault happened. Didn't happen. What?
I know, right?
Oh, I think he's saying like it didn't happen, but he
I
left
get
out
it.
that it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't. Whatever.
So I don't know what J-Post is.
It can. Context matters.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I don't know what J-Post is, but maybe it's Japanese post. So maybe this article was translated.
Yeah, with the arrangement.
Yeah.
Ariana arrangement.
Yeah, Ariana arrangement.
It's kind of looking like that because apparently no one hit like F7 or whatever the fucking F6 in Microsoft Word and got the fucking autocorrect.
They should just F6 themselves. The F6 is closed.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'll just read this last part here. The alleged kidnapping happened on July 22nd, 2018 in Brooklyn. Is a key episode in the case against Anthony Harv Ellison, which I guess is the
God damn, that's his real name. Thank God he goes by Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck. Anthony Ellison is too white. Prosecutors say the alleged 9 Trey Bloods gangster kidnapped and robbed Tekashi 69 at Bedford and Atlantic Avenues in Brooklyn amid turmoil within the crew. Okay, those are words.
Yeah, I want to read it, but I feel like again, you're not reading it improperly. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm almost certain this is a translation. Okay. This has to be like. There's no way somebody wrote like this weirdly. I don't know. Tekashi, whose real name is Daniel Hernandez. Yeah, they bring in a new name. It says Daniel now. Fuck, whatever. Claimed he was pistol whipped and robbed of jewelry. Okay.
What is the thing?
Kidnapping of...
No, where the article comes from.
jpost.com.
Oh my god, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
The Jerusalem Post.
Oh, is it?
They're like about as close to white as you can get without being white. The Jerusalem Post is a broadsheet newspaper based in Jerusalem, founded in 1932 during the British Mandate of Palestine. Oh wow.
Yeah, no, that's about right. Yeah. Because Jerusalem's where Israel and Palestine.
Founded in 1939 during the British Mandate of Palestine by Gershon Agaron as the Palestinian Post. They literally, and it changed its name to the Jerusalem Post in 1950. Wow.
Yeah, no, because I feel like that's a good marketing strategy.
Yeah, I know. You're just taking the business of another person, but like, again, Israel's jacking up a whole of Palestine's shit. Again. Yeah. And the British are fucking letting them do it. That's hilarious. It's been going on for like 80 years now.
Yeah, no. I mean, it started even before that.
For a long time. I know that, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
Because I'm pretty sure I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the British Empire is what got the Palestinians. No, it got the Israelites out of there to begin with.
Oh, okay.
And gave it to the Palestinians.
Okay.
And then with the promise of giving it back to the Israelites. If I remember correctly, it's something along the lines of that.
I thought it was that everyone in Europe felt guilty as fuck what happened to the Jews, and they're like, let's give you back your land.
Oh, maybe that's the part where it's like
the Exodus or whatever. But
yeah.
You know what? Again, another thing that I need to look up.
Okay.
All right.
I can't read that anymore, and I don't want to.
That's fine.
Okay. I can't even say this one with a straight face. So this is from news.avclub.com.
Okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow excited to find out Samuel Jackson was also in all those Marvel movies she did.
Again, the edge of reality almost, but it is real this time.
There's something a touch refreshing about how little of a shit Gwyneth Paltrow gives.
Refreshing?
Yeah.
What, like shoving a fucking rock in your vagina that you spent $300 on?
Yeah, that kind of refreshing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Gives about her career as a Marvel heroine. I fucking love that word, heroine. She recently expressed genuine shock, for instance, that she'd been in the first new Spider-Man movie, Homecoming, and she's generally given off the vibe of a person who's never seen any of these fucking things.
Yeah, again, called it.
I like the way this person writes.
Yeah.
And probably never will. So she's never seen any of these fucking things and probably never will.
Okay.
While also paradoxically continuing to give interesting, committed performances whenever Pepper Potts actually shows up on the screen, mostly powered by her excellent back and forth with usual scene partner Robert Downey Jr. That's a compliment. That's a good compliment.
This whole article is a compliment to her, but okay.
Well, I mean, I suppose, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Because it's painting it in, like, excited. Mm-hmm. If someone was writing this article from my perspective, it'd be like, this dumb bitch didn't fucking realize something really obvious for a contract that she signed that's been paying her fucking bills for the last 10 years.
Well, I mean, it's still kind of calling her a dumb bitch, but it's just
refreshing, Ken?
Yeah, but it's just
refreshing. Refreshing is supposed to be a good thing.
There's something refreshing about this dumb
refreshing
bitch.
Isn't,
that's what it is.
Refreshing isn't drinking sand in the desert, which is what Gwyneth Paltrow and not realizing that she's in the same movie as Samuel Jackson.
Dumb bitch doesn't have to be an insult. It could be just like, it could just be a term to describe someone, okay?
That's what I'm doing.
She's a dumb bitch, but not in like a dumb bitch insult sort of way, okay?
But that's not what this article is saying.
No,
it's just saying refreshing.
Yeah, no, it's
and
there's
like
something refreshing about this.
They're like giving her props and shit.
Yeah.
Committed performances?
They are committed performances. For the little bits that she's in. But anyways, look, it's to me, I read it like there's something refreshing about how this dumb bitch gives such a little shit about blah 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 blah. Anyways,
I suppose you could look at it like that. Yeah. Fair enough.
Let me see. I'm just gonna skim this and see if I can find something funny here. Okay, I'll try this.
Let me put it this way. Mm-hmm. I bet you Samuel L. Jackson knew that she was in all the movies.
I'm pretty sure Samuel knew.
Let me put it that way.
Plus, it leads to a moment of genuine discovery and excitement, like when Paltrow found out that her old Eight Co star, is that a movie? 8 Co?
What the again? What with these articles? I've never heard of this.
That's got to be a movie.
Hard Etco.
Yeah. Etco. Okay. I read it. Eitco. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, doesn't matter. How that her old Hard Eitco stand. So Hard Eitco, yeah. Star Samuel Jackson was also in all these little superhero pictures. She's been doing these little superhero pictures.
That's so tiny, insignificant almost. They screwed up the article again.
What is it?
It's Hard 8.
Oh, no, that's right. Okay, they did. They needed a space there. So it's not 8co, it's Hard 8 co-star.
Oh, yeah, and where's the hyphen, bruh?
So, yeah, so if you see the way they spell it, they spell Hard 8co as one word, and then hyphen star.
Journalism. Yeah. No, sorry. I'm going for so the audience knows what I'm doing. Quote, unquote, journalism.
Yeah, they need a fucking copy editor.
Go for it.
Was also in these little superhero pictures she's been doing. Said revelation apparently came to Paltrow fully 10 years into her Marvel career when the whole MCU cast got together to take a photo and the actors questioned why the heck Jackson was there.
Wait. Was it for the newest movie or just like for the 10-year?
10. It says, it just says 10 years into her career, so I don't know. But it saes the entire MCU cast got together, okay, so I think it's after the new movie.
That should be at least obvious that he was in there somewhere at some point. He's fucking Nick Fury of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's the only black bald man with one eye in the entire MCU. There's literally no other characters that are like him.
Samuel Jackson, what are you doing here at the MCU party?
It's like...
I want to know what question she asked him or somebody else.
He's probably just like, Sam, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm Nick Fury. I'm the reason why the Avengers movie existed.
It's fucking amazing, man.
They were literally... He was in... I mean, okay, sorry. I'll give her a free pass and say that this might have... No, because it's a recent article. I was going to say I'll give her a free pass because it might have been before Homecoming. Because it says she was in Homecoming, right?
Yeah. It says Homecoming.
Sorry, Far From Home. Oh, Homecoming?
Yeah.
Okay, not Far From Home. Because I was going to say, in Far From Home, Nick Fury is like a major character to the plot. So there's no fucking way that she could have realized that. But you did say Homecoming.
I should.
It's the naming convention.
I don't want to spoil it because Nick Fury isn't a major character.
Well, now that you said that, now people know. People already knew that Nick Fury is in the movie from the trailers.
Yeah.
You fucked up, Ken.
Yeah, I spoiled it for everyone.
Guess what? The cat in fucking Captain Marvel is actually an alien. Go fuck yourself.
I didn't know that, actually.
You didn't watch Captain Marvel?
No, I do want to, but
the best part of that movie is the cat named Goose who eats like an entire person and it's like a space monster.
Oh, it's not a Skrull?
No, it's not a Skrull. It's like a space monster that the cat gets like brought to the Skrulls and the Skrulls are like,
Oh, really? So they see it.
Don't bring that around me. Like, I don't know what... Like, they know what it is, but they don't recognize it as a cat.
Yeah,
They recognize it as, like, a space-devouring monster.
But everyone else thinks it's just a cat.
Yeah, Nick Fury is like, oh, this cute little cuddly cat.
Oh, that's funny.
And stuff like that. He's like... It's like his buddy for, like, a part of the movie, because he's bringing around...
Thank God he didn't get eaten by it.
No, because they liked him.
Let's see. I don't think... Let's see... This is per MCU head Kevin Feige, who gave a wide-ranging interview to Empire this week about the franchise's ins and outs. So I guess like this happened, and then Samuel Jackson just went to Kevin Feige, was just like, did you know that Gwyneth Paltrow didn't even know I was in these movies for this whole time?
I mean, I guess they never shared a scene together, technically.
I suppose it's true, yeah. They never did. Feig noted that there was a lot of confusion. Let me start a little bit before that. Referencing the 10-year anniversary class photo shoot, which, unsurprisingly, given all the schedules involved, was taken quite some time ago. At the same time that the Avengers Endgame funeral scene was shot. Also, this was after Endgame.
It was?
Yeah. Or this was during the filming of Endgame.
Okay.
So Feig noted that there was a lot of confusion happening that day. Part of that was natural given that some of the performers, including Ant-Man and the Wasp Michelle Pfeiffer, had yet to actually film their MCU roles yet.
Oh, so this was shot way before, because Ant-Man and Wasp came out before Infinity War.
Yeah.
Right? Or no, after?
No, before. No, after Infinity War.
Just
before
after,
Endgame,
because it gives a plot for Endgame.
Yeah. So, I mean, during the filming still makes sense then.
Okay.
Although I hate that sentence again. Like, had yet to actually film their MCU roles yet. No, I'm just saying the sentence. The structure of the sentence bothers me.
Okay, hold on. Let me read this again. I'm sorry. I got to see it with my own eyes.
Tell me if you need help.
Oh, yeah, no, because Michelle Pfeiffer hadn't shot her scenes yet. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Because they use the word yet twice in that.
Again, where is the space? It's Endgame.
I know. I didn't mention that one, but yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Remember when we were saying a couple weeks ago, like, we could easily write this shit? And probably, why are we working? We could do this.
Because nobody's going to pay us to do that shit. But hey, you know what? Mm-hmm. I am great at making up bullshit. You give me a title for something, I'll give you a fucking plot line. It'll be easy.
Okay.
It's so easy. It's like, remember in high school, we used to do creative writing when our English teacher didn't want to actually teach us anything?
Yeah, I remember that,
and it started with him not coming in that one day, and then the teacher next door gave us an assignment that was 5 things. It was a color, a famous person, a place, a food.
I'm surprised you remember all the little details about it.
And what was it, a car or a vehicle of some kind, right? And you had to write a story using all 5 of those things, but you could choose what those 5 things were.
Yeah, you could be specific about, so like the specifics were yours.
Yeah, so I did like, for one, it was like pizza, Luke Skywalker, France, like blue or some shit. Like the color was almost irrelevant. It was like a throwaway detail.
The lightsaber was blue or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was like the guy's car.
Yeah.
That's not Luke Skywalker.
I guess it's Luke, so his lightsaber would be.
Yeah, but he wasn't the main character. Basically, I made up this bullshit about how this giant pizza was attacking Paris.
Okay, all right.
And then this French dude who wasn't actually French, but he just spoke French, got out of his blue car, and then like started. I can't remember the entire details because I don't have any more. But they basically called in a favor from Luke Skywalker, who came in with his land speeder and tow cabled the pizza. And then the fat. Oh, he's a fat Frenchman, and he ate the pizza. Okay, that's what it was.
Good ending. Everyone wins.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Maybe I'm just gonna start submitting articles to random news websites and just see what I can. Up? Yeah, I mean, fuck. Like, this is like, I don't know, 10 minutes of work for me, if that.
Yeah, but that requires some level of research because you have to find out thing. I think it would be easier to do the mom fucking site. That would be way easier if they were just like, feed me a headline and I'll give you a script.
I don't know if I would like to do fake articles on a fake website. Like, I would totally write a fake article. No, but
it's like the Onion and stuff like that. It's legit.
I would write a fake article and try to submit it to a real website and just see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, you could try
like
that.
Peter Boghossian, and I forgot what the other people's name is, if you remember that.
But I remember that happening, with their fake articles.
Yeah, maybe I'll think of something. I'm just trying to think of something right now off the top of my head, but
yeah. But again, you have to do some level of writing and research and have a topic and
how people want. You heard about how people want robots to be black, right?
No, but I mean, I could see it being a thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is an actual thing. People want robots to be black,
like unanimously black, or not just like have black models.
They want they want just during the design period, they want the robots to be black because they think it's racist that all the robots are white. Yeah, that's it. But
it's the color of plastic, though. Isn't plastic generally come out white when you
usually? And the other thing is, damages show up on white the most easiest. So, like, if something's going wrong, the white color helps see it.
I mean, you can make arguments for your racism, Ken. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You don't have to justify it to me. I'm also apparently an all-right fascist Nazi transphobe.
You're worse than me because I think you're more traditionally white than I am.
Not really. I'm European as well. Oh, but you have the protected class of the fact that you were Muslim at one time.
Yeah. Well, like Arab in general is still pretty protected.
You're Muslim adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. I'm worse. You're right.
But anyways, like the word robot, as far as I'm aware, comes from the word slave. So I'm gonna write an article about that.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's actually true. The word robot historically comes from the word slave. I don't know the connections, how it gets there, but I know that's true. So all the people who want robots to be black are fucking racists.
It's reaching deep.
Yeah.
No, they just want it to be historically accurate, Ken.
That's exactly it. It's the SJWs who want it. Fuck them.
Of course. We're not authoritarians. We just want everyone to do what we want to do without questioning it or ever having to think for themselves, except for thinking about what we think about and what we decide is okay. And the minute that you fall out of line of anything that we say, you're fucking out, racist.
Yep, that's it. But it's not authoritarian. It's not fascism.
Not authoritarian. Okay? You're still choosing to be a racist.
Yeah.
When choosing not to be. but we're also choosing for you when you are a racist and defining it on the constraints and parameters that we decide at the point of view. Also, depending on how much we like you and how much ethnicity you have in you, is how much
ethnicity you have in you. I like that phrasing. All right, let's play. You wanted to talk about your thing.
So I wanted to keep doing my segment of what song is stuck in Shane's head today. Mm-hmm. So this week it is Vampires by The Midnight.
I don't know it.
Well, the band is The Midnight.
Yes.
And I can play it for you later if you really want, but I just really like songs with heavy sax.
Yes.
There's like 2 parts that it's not even a chorus, it's like the verse, you know, like the things that are in between choruses. It's like 2 of those and a lot of fucking saxophone.
Oh, okay.
But like good saxophone, not like greasy porn saxophone.
I'm just totally like porn got to my mind.
Yeah, I know. Like initially when I was younger, like I have funny triggers for not triggers, but I have like funny things that like are my kind of my counterculture humor that's led to me here. And one of them was like, I love saxophones because saxophones were used in all those greasy porns for porn music and stuff like that. So I'm like, whenever there was like Careless Whisper and stuff like that, I'm like, when they get to the sax part, like near the end and stuff like that.
I can't do it.
Well, yeah, but when they do the sax, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I got into that because I'm like, oh, it's funny, like greasy porn music sax, but it's actually being well played. And then there was, goddamn, what is his name? I'm totally forgetting right now. Sexy Sax Man. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh God, what was his name? What was his full name? Because he's got one of those like long names, like a pimp named Slickback, but it's
I was gonna say Barry White, but I don't think Barry.
No. Barry he's White like an internet guy.
Oh, what? An internet guy? Sexy Sax Man, internet guy? Yeah. That does not ring any bells to me whatsoever.
Sexy Sax Man, Sergio Flores. That's okay. Technically, his name is Sergio Flores, but the video is. That I watched on YouTube was Sexy Sax Man Sergio Flores, and I like saying his full name because it's just ridiculous. But he basically wears like a mullet wig and a like no shirt with a leather vest, and he goes into like public places and starts playing Careless Whisper, which is like. But he goes up into like a mall and plays, and the security guard's like, "You can't play that." And he's like, "Okay." I'm just like, "Hey, have you ever heard that song, Careless Whisper?" Where he'll like kick in a door of a classroom and start playing it.
That's funny.
Like that. And that's what again got me more into sax. And then now I just have a love for like blues and jazz music and saxophone and good.
Gets you all riled up and horny, and
it makes me think less of porn and more of just good music now. But yes, it's still funny. It's still entertaining. But that's my song of the week is Vampires.
There we
by
go.
The Midnight.
Should we do it where I listen to the song before you bring it, or do you prefer that we just go into it raw?
It doesn't matter to me. What do you think? Because you are the audience member of the thing that I'm bringing up. So what would you prefer?
Well, then it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I know, but then would you prefer to have an opinion on it and have listened to it and be like, that's some fucking trash, Shane has no taste? Or be like, that's actually not bad? Because then that would be you listening to beforehand, because you knew what I was talking about for Apache Indian. And you had at least some level of like response for that.
Well, now we're at 1-1, and I have to think about it.
Technically, I also put 2 in last week, and you didn't know that one, I don't
think. That's true. I don't know, man. I don't know what I would like better.
Well, let's try it for next week. We'll we'll listen to it now, because you're interested, but for next week when I bring the song, I'll put it to you beforehand and we'll try it out.
Yeah,
I'll just have to actually remember, but it's easy enough.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea. We'll do that.
Do you want to do your triggers?
Yeah,
trigger.
Yeah.
Do you want to get triggered?
Trigger me timbers.
Pull my devil trigger.
I want to find a way to bring in the title "Trigger Me Timbers" now, but I still don't know how.
In what way? Like just
you know, like I feel like it needs like a soundbite.
Dude, why isn't it just a tree falling over?
That's what I'm thinking would be the best thing.
Yeah, just like you just hear that crack and the...
Well, I was thinking what I want is like a tree sound, but I want the word trigger to go along with it. So like trigger.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good. I was almost thinking we were saying
instead of timber.
It's saying something. Yeah. Okay. Because someone's yelling trigger. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking of like someone like the chick who was screaming at the umbrella. I was like, no. I was thinking as the trees. No.
No.
God. Like it's just this most terrifying. But I think I like yours actually, where it's like trigger.
Yeah, that's right.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. Well, again, see, Ken, I need my soundboard. Feed money. Feed me money.
Yeah. Everyone, once we decide to have, or once we get followers and then have a Patreon, then
sponsors.
Yeah, sponsors would be nicer. I feel like I'd rather do that than Patreon or do both. But
I like the idea of being funded directly by people who actually want to hear the product. You know what I mean? As opposed to having any ties to like, I don't know, as much as I don't mind ad reads and most other things because I understand where they're coming from, it does kind of break my whole like YouTube viewing and like the flow of things.
Yes.
Like the one thing I don't want in our podcast is an ad in the middle.
Yeah, it would have to be.
And generally, that's how it rocks.
Yeah, it would have to be at the beginning.
Beginning? Oh, yeah. If we could get away with just doing beginning and maybe at the end, I'd be happy with that. But, like, again, we're getting way too ahead of us.
To be honest, like, I don't like the ad reads in the middle, except for some reason the way Ben Shapiro does it. Because it's so funny.
Because he... Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so Jewish. It's like, and stereotypical. Turn to the camera.
I'll tell you that in just a moment.
Yeah. We'll continue that in just a moment. But first, turn to the camera.
It's like it's totally like a TV show, dude. It's like someone walks out of the shadows, but you don't know who it is. They pull out a knife. Commercial break for 5 minutes. Go take a shit.
It's just such a stereotypical ad read, and I fucking love it. But,
I mean, hey, unapologetic. He sells it.
Yeah. So, we talked about, like, fat shit last time as well, but... what's been triggering me this week is, or I should say today, because I get lots of triggers every week, is how the body positivity movement has been hijacked by fatties, by fucking fat fucks.
Okay, I mean that was kind of the whole point of body positivity in the first place.
Body positivity is meant for people who are dismembered or who have burns or who have scars.
So I heard that wrong? It's for what?
It's for people who are like dismembered, who don't have an arm, who don't have a hand, who don't have a leg. It's meant for those kinds of people.
Really?
Okay, yes.
Body positivity.
That's body positivity.
Honestly, dude, I thought it always started with fat people
fat
aren't
fucks?
gross.
Yeah, no.
Fat people aren't gross is the mantra of body positivity.
Yeah, they fucking stole it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, did you actually search this up, or are you just going?
No, I'm bullshitting.
You're going on your feelings. Okay. Yeah.
When I first heard it was like people who don't have legs.
Oh, okay.
And then I extrapolated from there, amputees. Okay. And then I extrapolated to burn victims and whatnot from there.
Okay.
And then just recently I've noticed that it's been going, but I haven't done any research, so I might be wrong. But recently, or more than recently, like last couple of years, I've noticed it's mostly for like fat people, which kind of pisses me off because fat people don't need it. Yeah. What fat people need is a fucking treadmill, okay?
And a good diet.
Yeah. Okay, I'm fat. I know this shit. Body positivity should not be meant for fat people. Even if it did start with them. Let's say it did. It should not be meant for them. It should be meant for people who are physically disabled in some way. Okay. Which I guess fat people kind of are, but not in that way. They could change that.
But of their own doing.
Yeah.
Most times an amputee is not of their own doing, or if it is, it's for their own safety at the very least. It's a necessary evil. Look, being fat isn't a necessary evil usually, unless you're cold.
Yeah, unless you're cold, unless you're somewhere cold. Look, if you're an amputee, if you're somebody who cut your own arm for fun, then no, you don't get the body positivity movement, okay? Because you're you're a retard, okay?
Context matters.
Yeah, context matters. Why you're an amputee matters. You were born with it, sure. You're in an accident, sure. You had to do it to get out of something, sure. You did it to yourself for fun, no, you don't get to be part of this cool kids club. All right. So yeah, fuck the fatties who keep trying to steal this fucking body positivity movement, which is not meant for them and should not be meant for them, okay?
Okay.
They're just lazy fucks who just want to, I don't know.
Feel good about themselves.
Feel good about
without
themselves.
Having to actually do anything?
Yeah. Fuck them. Fuck us, because I'm a fatty, so I gotta say us.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
As more than skinny, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
For doing absolutely nothing and being
I fucking
skinny.
hate you. Because I'm pretty sure you eat more than me.
Sometimes, yeah. Actually, I was... Okay, well, if we're going to keep talking about bullshit, I was noticing one thing. Mm-hmm. For some reason, when I'm out eating places, I have a harder time finishing my meals and shit like that. Like, I'll go out to dinner, and I'll have, like, a pasta dinner at a restaurant or whatever. And it'll taste good. It'll taste totally fine. But I'll get to this point in the meal where I'm just like... I'll just start... Like, the food will be in my mouth, and I'll overthink about what I'm chewing.
Oh.
Not that I'm chewing, but, like, every time I chew, it just makes my stomach turn a little bit more. And it gets to a point where I'll, like, chew, like, 5 times on the same piece of food.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And then I'm like, I'm going to throw up if I swallow this. But I do it anyways, and then I just have to, like, take a step back and stop eating for a second.
You have to, like, breathe and...
Yeah, and take it easy, and then pace myself. And then most of the time, I don't even finish the food, right? And it happens... often enough that I've noticed it. But when I'm at home, right? You've seen my big plates.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I fill those plates up. Like I'll have a steak, potatoes, and veg, like mixed veg that I cooked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like and a big steak, like bigger than like the size of my hand, like full hand, flat out. I'll eat it, put that on the plate by itself. Then pile of potatoes, pile of fucking veg. You won't see anything but the edges of the plate, and I'll eat all of it in one go.
Nothing.
While I'm at home.
Yeah.
And I don't even think about the fact that I just ate that amount of food or that I feel sick or anything. And, you know, I would say it's, maybe it's the weed helping me eat or something like that. But I get stoned when I go to restaurants too.
Yeah.
It's like...
I don't know why that could be.
I don't know what it is either. Like, I have almost like someone's going to tell me like, oh, you're like... not closeted anorexic or something like that, but like I have like an eating disorder for eating in public, but I don't have a problem with eating in front of people. Like I don't have a problem with people seeing me eat.
I do a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean like, I think everyone does to a certain degree because I still cover my mouth and stuff like that. Like if I have food in my mouth and I'm talking.
Well, I don't like when I'm at work, I don't like, there's no break room, so you just eat at your workstation.
Oh, okay.
And I don't like doing that. Like I don't like people seeing me eat there.
Oh, okay. So again, everyone has a different thing, but I personally, with what the issue I'm having, which is I'm not finishing my food when I go out for some reason, I don't know what it, like there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's like I was talking about it, and maybe it's the more processed nature of some food, but it's not like I'm going to McDonald's. I'm talking about like one time I went to like a not fancy restaurant, but like I got dressed up. It was a nice restaurant. The dinner bill came out to $80 to almost $100 for two people with like a couple drinks and a meal and a appetizer.
Yeah.
Which isn't that bad. But yeah, I had trouble finishing my pasta, and it was delicious. I wanted to finish it, you know, but I just didn't. But then again, I eat the fucking plate of steak, potatoes, and veg, and it's just gone.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that feeling before, but it's like few and far apart from me, and it's usually
consistent.
only when I'm full.
Yeah,
but like,
and that's what I would think, that I'm full, and it's my body telling me, "Yo, dude, I'm good." But then again, I eat a bunch of other food, and maybe it's again, it makes no sense because it's like I work almost every day, like 5 days a week, anyway. So whether I'm coming home from work or it's on the weekend, like, should that really make a difference on how hungry I am?
I can't figure out why that could be. I'm trying to think of a more like chemical reason, but it might just be psychological.
It might just be psychological. I don't know, but I'm trying to, I don't know, be less conscious of it or be more calculated about the fact that it doesn't make any sense, so that I'm just like, well, just eat your damn food. Because it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens often enough that I notice it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that.
Neither do I. It was just something I wanted to bring up that I just like trying to explore in my brains.
Maybe you haven't punched enough Nazis. Have you tried punching more Nazis?
I have not.
Oh.
I think I'm at a count of 0.
Oh, you're at 0?
I'm pretty sure I'm at a 0. I'm pretty sure I've punched more not Nazis just from the fact of being like young and getting into fights every once in a while than I have legitimate Nazis. And if there is any on my tally, it's a naive like me that doesn't actually know that they were a Nazi at the time.
Well, you know, if any of them were white at the time, then chances are, you know, a couple.
There was
of them
a lot of white people. Yes.
A couple of them are probably Nazis now.
Does it count if I was in a karate tournament?
Yeah, it still counts.
Okay, then yes, and there's even more on the list.
Okay, yeah, so you probably punched a bunch of Nazis. You just don't even know it.
There's a high chance that there is a high variable of Nazis that I have punched. But I do not know those numbers, unfortunately.
Okay, unfortunately.
There's no Nazis that I've directly gone out and punched myself, so for me, I count 0. You know, I want to stay honest.
There we go. At least not knowingly punch. How
you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm holding up.
Yeah, when I meant coasters, Ken, I didn't mean 8 by 11 sheets of paper.
Look, I haven't actually made the coaster yet, so the whole thing is here.
Just buy some cheap coasters, like go to the bar or something like that, and just glue that paper onto it and cut it.
Oh, is that how you?
Yeah, it's something small. I don't want a fucking sheet of paper.
No. I thought we were gonna cut it and just tape 2 pieces of paper like back to back.
Is it thick? Is it cardboard?
Well, it's cardboard.
Oh, okay, so then that might work.
Well, it's construction paper. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be thick enough.
No.
It'll need probably a base. So either we get like a piece of cardboard and cut it, like something out of my recycling.
Yeah, that might work.
Yeah, and then we could do that and just like glue it or whatever on. That could work. But yeah, okay.
Whatever. We'll figure it out. Not important.
I guess I'm closing out.
Yeah. So I opened. You close.
So the wise words of wisdom for today, as this podcast has proved: smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day. Episode 10, motherfuckers.
Good night, everyone. Go fuck yourselves.
Go fuck yourselves.